So Barnes and Detective Howard, they said they knew blood was about to be shed in the streets. So if Mo 3 would have made it inside that show, Barnes and Detective Howard said there's going to be blood in the streets, and we know it. So we had to stop Mo 3 from performing there. We had to.
If you're struggling with depression and not feeling the comfort and peace that you need, I invite you to meet with missionaries like me from the Church.
Ready to proceed with your ceremony today. Marriage is sacred. It is a covenant under God, and it should be entered into soberly and honestly. It is my understanding that you have prepared vows to say to your bride. Is that correct? You'll show off. Whenever you're ready.
Today I stand before you with a heart that has been tested, stretched, and ultimately strengthened by our journey. We haven't had a perfect story. We have had moments of togetherness and moments apart. Moments that challenged us, moments that reminded us while we kept finding our way back to one another. I never stopped believing that what we share is worth fighting for. I choose you today, not because we're perfect, but because we see each other at our best and at our worst, and we still here. We've learned, we've grown, we've chosen love again and again. I also make a promise to your children.
Hey, no tone bite, no tone bite, no tone bite. We back jam up. Right? And on this, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a big buck. So salute to Red for the 10 piece. Salute to the best ever dude. I appreciate you. Salute, salute, salute. Also, salute to Mark Ham for that 5 piece. I appreciate. We more brother. The music is for the people who over months and no one's anticipating nothing anyway. Trapboy Freddy's on his way to jail. I exposed a lot in that live that I did earlier. So we exposed everybody's hand in the Mo 3 case. All right, we've been on live for almost 15 minutes. We already got damn near.
What's up with y'all, man? Hit that like button. Smack that like button. Y'all like that thumbnail? Let me know what y'all think about that thumbnail. Trap Boy gonna have to give up some names, man, if he wanna stay out, man. Everybody smack that like button. Sub up to the channel. Let's get this cranked up. Pose up. What's up with everybody, man? Y'all get y'all votes in, man. Y'all think Trap Boy gonna snitch on Yella Beezy? Get y'all votes in, man. Let me know what y'all think. Get this video back rolling for y'all, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure y'all sub up to that channel.
Almost 15 minutes. We already got damn near 1,000 people in here. Let's get the likes up. Double tap that screen. Where we at on the likes before I get started? We are at 341 likes. Can we get it to 450 people? Just double tap your screen and get these likes up. Let's go, man. If y'all ready for the content, go ahead and double tap your screen. Will Trapboy Freddy go to jail for the Mo3 hit? 85% of the room says yes. 15% of the room says no. Make sure you vote on that poll and see what y'all think about that. Salute to Lady 999. I appreciate you for the 20-piece. Salute Lady 9 for the 20-piece McNugget. Salute, salute, salute.
What's up with
I
y'all, man?
appreciate you. Salute. All right. Reggie been working. I've been working my butt off, man. I think I done went live dinner 10 times in the last 2 days. I don't never be going live like this. Y'all been getting some content. Y'all been getting some content. You know what I'm saying? So, we got a lot to unpack. I'm gonna go over my notes. Then I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all some. I'm gonna show y'all some more notes, like a timeline of the notes, and then we're gonna go over some videos, and we're gonna discuss everything in the Mo3 trial. What's to come? Tuesday, I believe they're gonna make the last. I think it's the last day for Yella Beezy's pre-trial, which I believe the judge is going over everything.
Y'all get y'all votes in, man. Y'all think Trapboy gonna snitch or what? Everybody head up to the poll. Can y'all see the polls? Is it too small? Let me make it bigger. Can y'all see the polls? Y'all get y'all vote in, man.
Over the weekend, and Tuesday they're gonna come back and she's gonna decide what's gonna be in the trial and what's not gonna be in the trial. And I'm gonna be real. I think 90 to 95% of that shit, if not all 100, I believe everything goes into the trial. Yeah, she ain't gonna be able to testify, but I believe everything is gonna end up going into the trial. It's just my thoughts. I do believe so. So, with that being said, we're gonna go over what went down today in that courtroom because it was a lot. I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot to unpack. So, who is this? Salute to
Y'all hit that like button, man.
who is that? The Clarities, the Clardies. It says we got some real ones in the building watching tonight. Been waiting a long time for these facts, Ratchet. Salute to you. I appreciate you for the 5-piece. Salute, salute. Well, the facts is coming. Don't worry about it. The facts is coming. We about to yo, tired. We about to go over these notes. You haven't missed nothing. We just went live 16, 17 minutes ago. You didn't miss nothing. We just getting started right now. Just double tap your screen and get the likes up, and we finna get started. Just double tap the screen so we can get started. That's all I want. Just everybody in the building double tap your screen. We got 1,000 people in here with 400 likes. I mean, I guess there's some haters in the bushes watching. I guess everybody don't rock with me. They be over here ready to steal some content. It is what it is, though. We finna go ahead and get started. We not worried about it. Let's keep it a big.
Make it to the quarters, you cashing out, or you riding for the semis?
I might cash out. Guys, we're looking at some of the most interesting.
Let's keep it a big buck. On by it. First time here, glad I'm on time. Salute to you. I appreciate you, Unfiltered. Salute to you. Well, we about to get started, so you ain't missed nothing. And welcome to the channel. Make sure you double tap the screen and subscribe. And turn your post notifications to all. All right, so are y'all ready to get started? Everybody in the chat, y'all ready? Or do I need to wait? Are y'all ready? Man. What up, Solid Sunny? Big Sunny in the building. Salute, Sunny. I appreciate you for popping out. Salute. Salute to all my moderators. Salute to all the green team. Salute to everybody in the building. Salute. All right, y'all. I guess y'all ready. Y'all like, Ratchet, stop talking, bro. We tired of hearing your voice. Get to the content, Ratchet. All right, don't worry about it. Let's go. So, today in the courtroom, I'm talking about, bruh. It went down. They finished up with the prosecution finished up with Eric Barnes, and then the defense went up to cross-examine Eric Barnes, and then the prosecution. Look, I'm gonna be real. The cross-examination was so weak, the prosecution didn't even go back up to rebuttal. They just said we're good. We don't. We want to rest. The defense said they good. They rest. After that, everybody rested, and then the judge was like, "We'll just be back Tuesday, and we're gonna determine what's going on. So we're gonna see what's in the trial and what's not in the trial." So with that being said, let's go over everything that happened in the courtroom today. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with my notes, then we're gonna show you some a timeline of the notes, and then we're gonna go over some videos of Mo3, Yella Beezy, and Trapboy Freddy. Stuff, a couple of things that were in the pre-trial today, and some of it was not. But we're just gonna go over some of these videos of the timeline of events and a lot of things that's been going on in this case. So let's get started, man. Let's just not even hold y'all, man. So day 2 of Yella Beezy. So we started July 19th, 2019. The hitters lyrics. The first time Yella Beezy mentioned putting money on someone's head. And then they started bringing up that song again, Broke Nights. They said he's hearing rumors someone put a hit on him. Mo3 said it in an interview. Yella Beezy responds with a song to say he's the one putting money on people's heads. Then they played the song for the court. I dropped that bag, they gonna come kill you. His lyrics match a murder for hire plot, is what they started saying. That these lyrics and these songs that Yella Beezy was dropping, they match the the words of a murder for hire plot as if he was putting the money on people's heads so they can come take people out. We know money was involved and the lyrics match the plot. They don't believe the Yella was a shooter, but they say he was a boss who employed people to work for him. Say Yella Beezy didn't. We know he wasn't no shooter. We know he wasn't. He never actively got out here and shot anybody, but we know he employed people to do it for him. He had people working for him. Then they bring up the Unruly Citizens concert. They showed the flyer on the screen. Barnes and other law enforcement coordinated a plan. They coordinated a plan. Where was I? They coordinated. Where was it? I'm really not sure about Barnes and other coordinated a plan to have presence at the show. Barnes and Detective Howard coordinated this, but Detective Howard took the lead. Detective Howard talked to the party promoters. He talked to the people that did the event, and they got Mo3 off of that event. Well, Detective Howard got Mo3 off the event. So Barnes and Detective Howard, uh, they said they knew blood was about to be shed in the streets. So if Mo3 would have made it inside that show, Barnes and Detective Howard said there's going to be blood in the streets, and we know it. So we had to stop Mo3 from performing there. We had to. And they also were, Barnes was outside when Mo3 got arrested. They say Mo3 pulled up with a camera because Mo3 knew what he was doing. Mo3 already knew he wasn't supposed to. He said, to his knowledge, Mo3 was already not supposed to be at this event, and Mo3 knew he wasn't supposed to be at this event. Mo3 pulled up with a camera outside, and he was already filming, so they already knew that Mo3 is not supposed to be here. He's filming to go get some clout. He ultimately ends up in jail, and then he blamed it on Yella Beezy. So they already coordinated the plan, and Detective Howard said that there was going to be bloodshed in the streets, and they had to move in quickly. Mo3 was arrested after he got there, and then he got out and went live about the event. Then Yella goes live to rebuttal Mo3's live. Then Mo3 goes live after Yella. Then they played the video of Mo3 being arrested at the show. And then after they played that, him getting arrested, they played the live after he was released from jail. Mo3 believed he was arrested because he thought Yella Beezy and Yella Beezy's mom. This is what they said in court. Mo3 thought Yella Beezy and Yella Beezy's mom were the reason that they didn't want him there. but it was Barnes and his staff, Detective Howard and his staff, who wanted the the promoters to take Mo3 off. So they ended up taking Mo3 off because Barnes and Detective Howard wanted them off, and Detective Howard ended up contacting them, and Detective Howard was the reason. Barnes cleared it up today. It wasn't Barnes, it was Detective Howard. Then they played Yella's response to Mo3 going live. They say that they never mentioned each other, but Barnes knows that they were talking about each other because he was at the event. Barnes was the reason that they took Mo3 off the flyer, allegedly, but Detective Howard was the reason that Mo3 got took off the show. Now they played Yella and Vlad TV's interview. Beezy's comments about the shooting are relevant because he already knew Sean G and Mo3 were involved. So when Beezy was sitting there saying all this stuff, I gotta get my get back. I can't let nobody just shoot me and get away with it, man. We didn't went too far. We didn't did this, and he starts speaking in plural as if we gonna do this and we gonna do that, as if he had a team behind him that was gonna do something about Mo3, allegedly. But he already knew Sean G and Mo3 were involved in his shooting. The video shows motive because the words he used, saying we, meaning plural, as if more people were involved. It was never I'm gonna do, it was always what we're gonna do. Now they showed the fight at the with Rainwater and Yella Beezy. They showed the altercation. I beat him up, me by myself. They started showing that video. Then they played Mo3's response to Yella and Rain's altercation. So yesterday, the expert witness said. Then they start talking about what what the words meaning, because the song came in called "Gassed Up." They said that so on the stand today they say the expert witness yesterday said that "gassed up" could mean gasoline, and whatchamacallit could refer to a candy bar.
Rush to sue the other driver after a car accident. There may be a much smarter way to get paid a much larger
Gasoline, and whatchamacallit could refer to a candy bar. Fam, that expert witness was a piece of shit. Let's just call it what it is. That expert witness said whatchamacallit could mean a candy bar. We don't know that he meant, but we don't know that he meant Yella Beezy. I mean, whatchamacallit could have been he could have been talking about a candy bar. And Barnes said, we know damn well that wasn't it, because his nickname that he used for him in songs, and when he talked about him, Mo3 called him whatchamacallit. He wasn't talking about a damn candy bar. Let's keep it a buck. Mo3 never referred to Yella Beezy about talking about a fucking candy bar. But, that's neither here nor there. We know damn well who whatchamacallit is. Everybody in the building know who whatchamacallit is. So, they said, but in this video, he referred to that again. Salute to the certified one for the 50-piece McNugget. I appreciate that 50-piece. Salute. Okay, there we go. We already over a honey bun. I ain't mad at that at all. There we go. I'm gonna leave that on the screen. So the video that they were showing, he referred to Mo3. I mean, he referred to Yella Beezy as whatchamacallit in that video that they were playing. Then they get to the civil trial. The civil trial had to be moved to a Zoom meeting because of Rainwater and Yella Beezy's crews. They were fighting outside, so they played that and showed that Yella Beezy and Rainwater, they couldn't even go to a trial together because Yella Beezy and his team were fighting once again. Then they played "Keep It in the Streets." The lyrics, they played the lyrics to that. They started talking about "I'm My Brother's Keeper," Trapboy and Yella Beezy's album, and the song "On Your Head." I got gangsters in the north. You see that pussy? I got 50. That's what Trapboy Freddy said about Mo3 in that song. I got gangsters in the north, where in Afghanistan, we know that's where Mo3, he repped in Afghanistan. So he said, I got gangsters in the north, and if you see that pussy, I got 50. He got 50,000 on Mo3's head. And we're going to get to Trapboy Freddy and the money and the bounty he placed on Mo3 later, because Trapboy Freddy put money on Mo3's head, and I got the proof tonight. We'll talk about it. If you missed my live earlier, Let me know in the chat. Did
Trey,
y'all
what's
catch
the
the live I
deal,
did
boy?
earlier where I talked about Trapboy Freddy having money on Mo3's head and they ended up slipping up in court and letting everybody know how they know that's true? Drop the gems if you was in my live earlier. Drop the eyeballs if you missed it. Drop the gems if you was in my live earlier. Drop the eyeballs if you missed it, because we're going to get to that a little bit later. Who was in the building? Drop the gems if you was here. Drop the eyeballs if you missed it. Let's see. Man. Okay, so everybody was in the building. They were like, man, damn near everybody in here said we saw that. I ain't gonna lie, boy, we've been going up on this Mo3 content. They said we ain't missing these lives, Ratchet. We've been packing the house out. Every time we click that live button, we've been packing this house out. So right now we got 1,400 people in here. Let's keep it a big buck. Okay, so everybody damn near like damn 90% of the damn chat was in the building. Okay, I ain't mad at y'all. We gonna get to it. If you missed it, don't worry. We gonna replay it. We're not replay it, but I'm gonna go over the information again. So don't worry. If you missed it, oh shit.
What's up with everybody, man? Let's get up to
Griffin in
100
Mr.
viewers.
Griffin. Mr. Griffin is in the building. Oh, Mr. Griffin. Should I just talk about it right now, or should I just wait till I catch up with it on my notes since we got Sean G in the building? Should I talk about it now, or should I wait? Should I talk about it now, or should I wait? Because that's all the way in cross-examination. What y'all want me to do? Wait or just go back over it right now? What y'all want me to do? I'm gonna let the chat. Should I go over it right now or should I wait? I see wait. I see now. I see now. Wait now. Let's go. Wait. Let's go. Now.
Yeah, I know you had hit me. I was asleep like a hoe. Bitch, you know I be in bed by 8 o'clock, man.
Now. Okay, everybody's starting to say now. I see a bunch of people saying now. I see some waits coming in too, though. A lot of people saying wait. Okay, we'll wait. Damn. Okay, don't worry about. We'll wait. Okay, I'll catch you. Don't worry. I'm gonna get there. Don't worry. I'm gonna get there. It ain't gonna be.
Walter, what's the deal? Megan, Trey, Rona. Where my mods at?
Too long. Okay, so we'll wait because I see a lot of people saying wait. So okay, we'll build it up. Sean G, make sure you stay right there because you want to hear about this. Sean G, let me tell you this. I got proof beyond a reasonable doubt. There is no doubt.
Nah, I'm chilling today. I'm at the crib, man. We posted up today. What y'all got going, man?
I'm not making nothing up. This came out of the mouth, and the judge had to stop them from talking about it because they said that this was not supposed to get out before trial. So what I got was not supposed to get out before the trial, but they slipped up, and it's Yella Beezy team fault. It's Yella Beezy team fault. So we're gonna get to it. But we'll get to it. All right, don't worry about it. I'm gonna catch y'all up on it. So I got proof that Trapboy Freddy put money on Yella Beezy. I mean, that Trapboy Freddy and Yella Beezy paid. They didn't just put money up. They paid the money to somebody in this case. Stick around, Sean. All right, so they played Keep It in the Streets, and I'm my brother's keeper. They started playing the song On Your Head where he said, I got gangsters in the north. If you see that pussy, I got 50. And then they said that Trapboy Freddy offered $50K for someone in North Dallas to kill Mo3. They got proof of this too. They said they got proof that Trapboy Freddy put 50,000 on Mo3's head and he wanted somebody in North Dallas to kill Mo3. He put a bounty of 50K.
Might have to go help my auntie later on.
Take out Mo3. Man. So they go to Jose Bodega. They say, we want to talk about the Jose Bodega harder than your song. But I'm gonna tell you this. One thing that me and the people noticed at the courtroom, every time they brought up Jose Bodega, they would not play his music and they would not go into detail about anything Jose Bodega. They would not discuss Jose Bodega. They just kept like, we don't want to play his music. We don't want to play the song. We don't want to go over the lyrics. We don't want to go over the song. No. Not Jose. No, not Jose. Sean, what Jose got going on, Sean? All right, so salute Naima. Jose Bodega Hard.
Shit, that's what it's looking like. Then your boy Trapboy Freddy just got married. You know why he got married out the blue? You know what I'm saying?
Than yours. They chose not to play Jose Bodega's lyrics, but they wanted to focus on the trap house on Ramona Avenue. 3915 Ramona Avenue was Jerry Johnson's trap house. They show a pic of Jerry Johnson in the Harder Than Yours video. Also, they showed GRC Florida, who killed Bubba. GRC Florida is the one who killed Bubba, and they showed him in the Harder Than Yours video as well. He also got picked up in that raid that they did out there in Oak Cliff here recently. They did a raid, and GRC Florida got arrested. So GRC Florida is currently in federal custody. But well, we're not talking about him tonight, but he definitely killed Bubba. He was one of the people who shot Bubba. So GRC Florida was also in that video.
Nigga ate that
Also,
up.
Devin Brown was in that video. He's a co-defendant and friends with Bodega, Keywan, Jerry Johnson, and company. And the trap house that Devin Brown was trapping out of was on 3030 Britton Avenue. 3030 Britton Avenue was the trap house that was in the GRC Rico as well. And the owner of that trap house was Theodore, aka Jose Bodega. Theo, Jerry, and Yella Beezy all went to Lancaster High School together. Now, that trap house on 3030 Britton Avenue comes into play because Keywan White, Jose Bodega gave grand jury testimony about.
Let's get up to 200 viewers, man. Everybody vote. Y'all get y'all votes in, man. Joe, what's the deal? Trey.
The house on 3030 Britton Avenue, which connected the dots to where Keywan went after he murdered Mo 3. And he changed clothes into the video that he did with Jose Bodega. So hours after he unalived Mo 3, he changed into some clothes.
Clothes with minimal defects, just tiny details caused during production.
My bad,
Totally
y'all.
free. Simply just
I got
click
the
and enter your
commercials
full
on my
address at
shit
the end.
looking at.
He changed into some clothes. And those
Andre,
clothes
what's
are the
the
same
deal?
ones they see in the video. And those clothes he's wearing when they pick him up to get for the unaliving him. But we'll get to it. I'm getting all over the place, but we'll get to it. But anyway, that house on 3030 Britton Avenue was also. See, I didn't tell y'all that earlier. I'm getting too ahead of myself. I'm getting anxious. Okay, so the house on 3030 Britton Avenue is the house where Keywan White took the murder weapon, took the Camaro, and he destroyed all the evidence. And Jose Bodega testified to a grand jury that Keywan White took the car there. He testified to a grand jury that Keywan White destroyed all the evidence there. Also, Devin Brown and Keywan used to be at this house trapping together. This was Jose Bodega's trap house, but Devin Brown and Keywan were at said trap house together, trapping, planning the Mo 3 murder. And after they got done unaliving Mo 3, Keywan took the Camaro and parked it at the Britton Avenue address. And he took the murder weapon there, and he took all the evidence and destroyed it at Jose Bodega's house.
Y'all get y'all votes in, man. Y'all think Trapboy gonna squeal or what? Let's get up to 200, 300 viewers, man. Y'all go crazy on that like button, too. Don't spare that like button.
This is all in testimony today that they admitted all this stuff. So, let's see. They all went to Lancaster High School together, which would be Theodore, Jerry, and Yella Beezy and Devin Brown. They all went to Lancaster High School together. So December 26, 2019, multiple people were shot at Trapboy Sprinter van. Trapboy Sprinter van gets shot up and multiple people get shot December 26, 2019. Okay?
Yeah.
Then you gotta do this timeline because one of those people who got shot in that van was who?
Yeah.
Who was one of the people who got shot in that van? That's connected to Money Maya. Oh, she's so fire. She make a killer read the Bible.
Hope and faith, what's the
Real
deal?
snake bitch, don't let her bite you. bite ya. Hey, who that is? That's Money Maya, Maya. She so fire, fire. You make a killer read the Bible, Bible. Real snake bitch, don't let her bite ya, bite ya. Sean, don't even listen to the comments, man. Just tune in to the show. Don't worry about the comments. Let them talk. So DJ also got hit up on that Sprinter van, and DJ was also on Mo3's murder scene with Trapboy Freddy. Keep in mind, man. So okay, so we're gonna get back to that. But so Trapboy Sprinter van was shot up. Then September 19th, 2020, there was a V Live Houston shooting. Mo3's flyer is shown on the screen. The police report is also shown. V Live shooting, multiple people were shot at V Live in Houston.
Oh, yeah.
One person from Dallas was hit in the head. His name was Xantarius Davis. Xantarius Davis was shot in the head, and he was an associate of Trapboy Freddy, and he also was a member of CME. This was 12 days after Trap was shot in the leg. So 12 days after Trap was shot at that Exxon in the leg, he hired Xantarius Davis. Once he saw that flyer get posted, they knew Mo3 was going to Houston. So they hired, Trapboy Freddy hired someone from his record label who was signed to CME. He hired Xantarius to go kill Mo3 at Houston, at V Live in Houston. Xantarius and another person run up on Mo3, get to shooting Mo3, and I don't know who, a ghost. There was a ghost out there with Mo3, a big motherfucking ghost who I don't think a lot of people want to smoke with. A ghost was out that bitch, and he popped Xantarius in the head and tried to take his noodles out. He tried to knock noodles out of Xantarius' head. I don't know who that was with Mo3.
Everybody hit that like button, man. Sub up to the channel and get y'all votes in, man. No buster shit, man. Get y'all votes in. Let me know if y'all can't see the polls. I'll make it big as day.
A lot of people keep saying this motherfucker's involved in some shit, but it looked like this motherfucker was really trying to whack some shit for Mo3. I'm gonna be real. The more I got into this case and I got facts of this case, I don't know who the fuck it was, man. It was a Casper the Friendly fucking ghost. I don't know who the fuck it was. A big fucking ghost. A ghost that you motherfuckers don't want beef with. You know what I'm saying? But there was a ghost out there. I don't know who the fuck it was, but somebody was out there with Mo3. Yeah, I know you didn't know that, Sean. I know this is your first time hearing about it, Sean. I'm giving you some breaking news, Sean. I know you didn't know about this shoot that happened in Houston.
Maya, what's the deal?
Someone shot Xantarius in the head, and Xantarius goes to the hospital. He was transferred to the hospital. Then you fast forward, after Mo3 got killed, Say Cheese does an interview. Say Cheese does an interview with Trapboy Freddy, and guess who's sitting right there at the interview? Xantarius with a head wrap on his head, and Rainwater always used to come up here and be like, "Go back and watch that Say Cheese interview and look at that dude with the hair wrap on his head. Go look at that." Yeah,
Road King, what's the deal?
And it comes into play because that was the dude who tried to kill Mo3 that Trapboy Freddy hired. Trapboy Freddy hired Xantarius to take out Mo3, and Xantarius almost didn't make it home. Bad News met him home. I mean, Bad News beat him home. So, met him, beat him, whatever. Anyway, so this 12 days after Trapboy was shot in the leg. Now, Xantarius was also signed to CME's label. Then September 26, 2020,
My bad, y'all.
First Day Out song comes out. He1 had the murder weapon in his hand, a smaller version, and it had a drum on it, 100-round drum on it. And it was the same type of gun and same type of magazine that was used to kill Mo3. He had the murder weapon in the First Day Out video. Dumbass. He's riding around with the same gun They took Mo3 out with, putting it in videos and showing all the evidence that
We had 200 viewers. Everybody hit that like button, man. Sub up to the channel. And make sure y'all get y'all votes in. Let me know if y'all can't see the polls. I'll make it bigger.
this was him. So that same weapon that they seen on the freeway, the same weapon that Keywan White was holding on that freeway was the same.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $160,000. If you're looking to get money you owed for an injury,
holding on
Trey,
that
what's the
freeway
deal,
was
boy?
the same weapon.
We got Trey in the building.
Was the same weapon that he took out Mo3 with. Man. Keywan got to be one of the dumbest criminals ever. So it was the same type of gun and the same type of magazine that was used in this case. This was at the trap house on Britain Avenue. Who do you think told them, go look at this video, and you see that gun? That's the same one he killed Mo3 with. That's the same exact drum that he had on it. And that was at my trap house in Britain. We recorded that here at my trap house. It was my trap house. Somebody told that shit. So yeah, they filmed that at the trap house on Britain. Damn, bodega. October 31st, 2020. Yella Beezy has a concert with Lil Boosie and Moneybag Yo. And then they showed the flyer. All right, let's get to the next page. Then
Workman,
Boosie
what's
and
the
Keywan
deal?
were on stage together. So
Andre.
Keywan was on stage with Yella Beezy, and this was the first time that the prosecution team had actually, before they investigated the case, this was the first time they actually seen them together. They didn't know that they were associated with each other, but now they figure out, hold on, that is Keywan White, that's Yella Beezy. So they start to figure out the association between them. Then
Moeller,
the
Trey, what's the
association
deal?
between Bodega was also on stage. They all traveled as a group, but not in the same vehicle. At this time, people were putting bounties on people's heads, and people were playing both sides. So to be on stage with Yella Beezy at this time, you had to have been trusted. It had to be a friend, someone that everybody around would trust, because a lot of people, were putting bounties on people's heads. A lot of people were playing both sides. At this time, this was the war was thick right now. No one trusted nobody. So for Keywan White to be on that stage, this was very telling, right? Okay, so it had to be a trusted source to be around. Keywan had on a GRC chain on stage. Also, he had the murder weapon at the show. They have a picture of Keywan White with the gun he killed Mo3 with at the show 11 days before Mo3 got taken out. So again, they have Keywan with the same gun that he had in the first day out video, the same gun that they seen someone running down Mo3 with. They see the same gun right there on stage with Yella Beezy. In the background, Keywan White has the same gun on him that night. So again, at the show, Keywan White was wearing a PMG pinky ring and a Cartier watch. That jewelry belonged to Yella Beezy. And it's a live video from his phone that he was posting videos. They ended up going through Yella Beezy's phone, and then I found out some shit after court that didn't make it to court, but they have 25 phones that they went through for the Mo3 case. So 25 phones, they have all the information from 25 people's phones. I don't know if it's 25 people's, but I don't know how many people were the 25 phones belong to, but they did have 25 phones, and they have all the information from 25 phones. They also got text messages from Yella Beezy and Keywan, but we're going to get into that later. They got messages hours after Mo3 died between Keywan White and Yella Beezy, too. We're going to get to that later. I just exposed some shit, but I got that, too. Don't worry about it. Look, bro, I got everything. Your boy, ain't nobody covering this like your boy Ratchet. I got everything. Don't even worry about it. So the jewelry belonged to Yella Beezy. They got a video out of Keywan White's phone. It's a video of Keywan wearing a PMG pinky ring. He has a GRC chain on. He has a Cartier watch. Salute to Lita for that 50 piece. I appreciate you, Lita. Salute, boo. I appreciate you. Thank you for the 50-piece McNugget. Okay. So they got him wearing a GRC chain. They got him wearing a PMG pinky ring, a Cartier watch, and it's a video in his phone. Yella Beezy is in the background talking. Yella Beezy is in the background talking. They said Keywan White couldn't afford this jewelry. He was a low-level thug. He could not afford any of this jewelry he had on. That jewelry belonged to Yella.
Everybody get y'all votes in. Let's get up to 100 votes, man. We're gonna smack 100 votes today, man.
Easy. November 11th, 2020. A live video from Trapboy Freddy. Gassed up. That nigga would still be living if you didn't gas him up. That's what
Unknown.
Trapboy Freddy
What's the
said. That nigga
deal?
would still be living if y'all didn't gas him up. Again, Yella Beezy ends up doing a song called Gassed Up. Then Trapboy Freddy says, hey, that nigga would still be living if y'all didn't gas him up. What's a killer to a killer? This is Gassed Up lyrics. Gassed Up lyrics say that man would still be living if y'all didn't gas him up. What's a killer to a killer? They playing this in the courtroom. You heard about Waterboy? His ass gonna run. There's some more lyrics from that video. They go to the Tool on You video. Bodega, Yella, and Keywan had a video. Yella and Bodega had this video, but there was a video from Keywan White's phone of him in the video. Theo, Troy King, Demon, and Jerry are all in this video along with Yella Beezy and Keywan. Keywan had a video from the shoot in his phone. Keywan had a 100-round drum in that video. And that's the same 100-round drum that they found on him. I mean, not on him, but there was a used in the Mo 3. And, they got from that house. The same 100-round drum that was in all those other videos. The same 100-round drum was in this video. They never knew Keywan and Mo 3 to have any type of beef, ever. Oh, and they had this video from Keywan White's phone. And then that's the video that Bodega said, we took Keywan out of that video. He was never in the cut. But they do have Keywan White, a clip of Keywan White's video. They don't have Keywan, but they have the gun. But they know it's Keywan and they know it's the gun because someone testified in a grand jury and said that Keywan White was in the video. His gun and his jeans are in the video. Ironically, the jeans that Keywan White is wearing in that video are the same jeans that Keywan White was wearing when they picked him up for the murder of Mo 3. He has the same gun that they see him with when he killed Mo 3. So, I mean, it's like, Keywan, you so caught, bro. Keywan, when I tell you, you're not getting a plea deal. You're so caught on every level. They got Keywan White doing that. And Keywan White, your phone is so telling.
Congratulations, special offer. Borrow $1,500 and pay $66 per month. Here are the reasons why I chose Panda Loan.
I'm gonna show you a secret, okay? You can get up to $5,000 deposited into your bank account after approval. You just click the link in this video, fill out a quick form. I got the funds in my account the next day, 100% online. No banks involved, no paperwork needed, no hidden surprises. So if you really need a financial boost, check out this link. It really helped me get...
My bad, John. I got
so telling.
mucho commercials on my shit.
Keywan White, your phone has all the information in that motherfucker. Z, I appreciate you for the 20-piece. Salute to Z. I appreciate you. Salute. We at 175. We 25 away from 200 buns, y'all. Can we get to 200 buns tonight? Let's see. Where was I at? November 11, 2020, they got the video. Guess where was I at? Keywan White had the video of the shoot in his phone. Keywan had a 100-round drum on him. They never knew Keywan White and Mo 3 had beef. Trap and Yella had no other beef with anybody, and that things could. The only hold on. Oh yeah, they didn't have any other beef with anybody. So at this time, the only beef they had was with Mo 3's camp. So that's all this could be about was Mo 3. Blood Gang Cartel, FGC. Does anybody know who Flooded Gang Cartel is? Whose clique was Flooded Gang Cartel, FGC? Does anybody know who's Flooded Gang Cartel, FGC? Anybody know whose clique that is? Flooded Gang Cartel, F.
What's up with everybody, man? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Get y'all votes in, man. Molar, what's the deal? Buy Bitcoin, what's the deal? Ganja, Molar, Unknown, Workman, Trey, what's the deal, boy? Let's get up to 100 viewers and 100 votes.
FGC Banzo. FGC Banzo Bling. Did you already say you wanted to say while I was there? Did you already say what you wanted to say while I was there? Who the hell you talking to, Shanji? Shanji, what you got going on in these comments? That was Keywan's crew. That was Keywan's gang, but he also had GRC. So he had an FGC and GRC chain. He had an FGC and a GRC chain. Keywan White, FGC, GRC in the video. And Keywan White's jeans and gun were the only thing seen in the video. The same jeans and shirt. So, oh my bad, it wasn't just the jeans. The same jeans and shirt he was wearing in that video are the same jeans and shirt
Ron,
that
what's
he was
the
wearing
deal?
when he was arrested for the murder of Mo3. Theo and Keywan shot a video right after Mo3's murder. He wore the same clothes that he changed into right after Mo3's homicide. Oh my God! And he changed that the trap house on Britain. So who do you think told them what he changed into? And he wore in that video. Man. So I'm gonna say that again. Keywan White's jeans and his shirt and his gun were the only things seen in that video. But the same jeans and shirt that he was wearing in that video was the same jeans and shirt he was wearing when he was arrested for the Mo3 homicide. Theodore, aka Bodega, and Keywan shot a video right after Mo3 died. Keywan White wore the same clothes that he had changed into right after Mo3's murder, and he destroyed the other clothes that he was wearing during Mo3's murder at the Brighton Avenue address. And Bodega testified to that, allegedly. So, what does it say? Hypocrite and Laugh Now are a two-part video. If you watch them together, they tell a story. That's a two-part video, and we watched it in court today, and it's a movie. It's a two-part story that you can put together. And they previewed that Laugh Now when Trapboy Freddy and Yella Beezy went live on Instagram Live. Remember that. They showed that video, and Yella Beezy was looking distraught. He was looking like, what the hell? He looked nervous, and we're gonna show that video here in a little bit. But he definitely was looking like, what the hell you got going on? So DJ was in that video. Whenever he went live on Instagram with Yella Beezy, and he was like, who is that? He goes, oh, that's my little nigga, that's DJ. Well, DJ was also in the car with Trapboy Freddy when he was on Mo3's unaliving scene. He was on Mo3's unaliving scene with DJ, and DJ was also shot in that Sprinter van. This story gets deep. There's a lot of layers to this story. You gotta put this story together. So DJ was the same one that was shot in the Sprinter van, and he was with Trapboy Freddy on the freeway on Mo3's unaliving scene. He was at the location in the video of Laugh Now. The same location was the same spot that he was at whenever he was on IG Live, Trapboy Freddy, when he's like, who blocking off the freeway? The same location that he was saying where you blocked off the freeway, in the Laugh Now video, he was at that same location, the exact same location. Barnes says this is evidence. He said that wasn't a celebration, because they said, oh yeah, so what do you think about the expert witness said that video and that song was just a celebration of Mo3's death. It wasn't him saying he did anything. It was just him celebrating like all the other rappers do when their ops die. Barnes said that was not a celebration. That was evidence. They're coming for Trapboy Freddy. The way they word everything with Trapboy Freddy, oh, they coming. So they played Hypocrite. Now they bring up Shirt. They play Hypocrite and Shirt. Mo3 mentions someone being on a shirt. Trapboy Freddy responds with the song Shirt. They played the song Shirt. Oh, he got caught slipping by that black Audi. The black Audi was on the highway. The victim was shot by the black Audi, and it was the nurse. This story gets deep. He got caught slipping by that black Audi. He says that in the song Shirt. Someone got shot right by a black Audi, and that was the nurse. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, the nurse got shot right. They said the nurse was driving the black Audi. The black Audi belonged to the nurse who got shot. There was an innocent bystander who was struck on the freeway. He drove a black Audi.
Never ever sue the driver who crashed into you after a car accident. There's a better way to get compensated that's faster, easier, and could get you way more.
Y'all hit that like button and get y'all votes in, man. No buster shit, man.
I've been telling y'all everything that I've been saying, and we're reading in paperwork. You do realize that, right? All of my information is in this paperwork. All of it. That's crazy, right? But yeah, so he got caught slipping by that black Audi. The black Audi, the nurse was shot by the black Audi. They talked about a check being put on Mo3. Mentions Trap getting shot. This is what the song Shirt was about. They mentioned a check being put on Mo3 in that song. Trapboy Freddy mentions being shot. Then Chris says, they say, we are sliding. Chris, we are sliding for you. Chris was also shot in that Sprinter van. He didn't die, but he later died for during an unrelated event. But he said Chris was sliding for you in the Shirt song, which entails that Chris was shot by Mo3's people in that Sprinter van along with DJ. Chris didn't die in the Sprinter van shooting, but he died later on in another shooting. They mentioned Dro. Dro was also killed. So all of these things Trapboy Freddy was talking about are evidence. They also mentioned the Outside song. You said your ass was outside, boy, your ass was inside. Officers didn't believe Mo3 was shot because at first they didn't. When they heard the news that Mo3 got shot in Oak Cliff, the police said they didn't believe it because they couldn't believe that Mo3 was even in Oak Cliff in the first place. They're like, what the? No, man, there's no fucking way Mo3 was in Oak Cliff. So when all the officers first heard Mo3 shot on the freeway in Oak Cliff, they said nobody believed it because they couldn't even believe that Mo3 was even in Oak Cliff to begin with. Keywan reached out to Yella Beezy hours after Mo3 killed him and asked Yella Beezy if he's okay. Sean Doyle, thank you for the 10-piece. Salute, salute, salute. I'm going to say that again. They have the text message in their possession. Keywan White's phone, the same phone they tracked from Jossie Banks' house. Keywan White, look, this is how dumb you are. You keep saying, oh, this phone didn't belong to me. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That phone didn't belong to me, man. I don't know, man. I don't know them niggas, man. I don't know them niggas, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Shut your goofy ass up. They got the text message from that same phone that they tracked your ass down with. The same phone you used at your probation office, the same phone you used for your bond company. They got your fucking phone, Keywan, and then you text Yella Beezy in that same fucking phone, and you asked Yella Beezy hours after Mo3 got killed. You text him and said, hey, are you okay? You good? Why would you text Yella Beezy You don't know him, right? You said, I don't know that dude. I don't know none of these people. You definitely know him. Because you and Yella Beezy, not only do they have that message, Keywan, they said they got more messages from you and Yella Beezy. Keywan, not only do they have that text message, they have more messages from you and Yella Beezy, Keywan. You were in constant communication with Yella Beezy. Let's get to the next one. Eric Barnes interviewed Keywan. Keywan thought he was arrested on a gun charge. They thought he thought he was a felon in possession of a firearm. He didn't know at first when he got picked up that he was arrested for the Mo3 killing. He found out he was arrested for Mo3 killing soon after. When they
Said
told him
Freddie
you're not
gonna get
arrested
on
for
the
a gun
stand and
charge, you're
talk
arrested
like
for the
Woody
Mo3
and
gun
Gunner.
violence. Keywan said, well, they said, what do you know about Mo3? They said, I just know he was rapping about other rappers and the songs was on YouTube. Well, grand jury testimony witness says cell phone messages between Yella and Keywan. They have grand jury testimony. They have grand jury testimony that testifies that Keywan White and Yella Beezy knew each other. They have witnesses that say Keywan White and Yella Beezy knew each other. They have cell phone messages between Yella Beezy and Keywan. They also this is where it came out, Sean G, right here. Trap and Yella both paid for the Mo3 killing. That's well, no, my bad. This ain't it. Yeah, this ain't it. But this is the part where they end up fucking up at, because when they mentioned this during cross-examination, they mentioned it again and they fucked up. But we gonna get to that. So they got the cell phone messages between Yella and Keywan. Then they say, we know Trapboy Freddy and Yella Beezy paid for Keywan White. Paid for Mo3's killing. They paid Keywan for Mo3's killing.
Dude just casually have a rapper in the background that literally killed Mo3.
That's why Trap is labeled a
You mean
co-conspirator.
had him?
This is exactly what Barnes said. Barnes says, we know for a fact Trapboy Freddy and Yella Beezy paid Keywan for Mo3's killing, and that's why he's labeled as a co-conspirator. They have texts from Trapboy Freddy and Yella about the meetup. Oh, this is where it came out. Okay, so this is it. Oh, yeah, right here. This is where they said, this is where it happened at. The prosecution rested, and then they started cross-examining Eric Barnes. And what's his name? Toby Shook, Yella Beezy's lawyer, says, why did you say earlier that you know Trapboy Freddy and Yella Beezy paid Keywan? He said, why do you think Trapboy Freddy and Yella Beezy paid Keywan?
Let's get up to 100 viewers, man.
But what if I told you there's a better way? One.
He said, why do you think Trapboy Freddy and Yella Beezy paid Keywan? Eric Barnes said, I don't think, I know. He says, why would you say something like that? How would you know? What information do you have that you know Yella Beezy and Trapboy Freddy paid Keywan White for killing Mo3? He says, because I have the text messages between Trapboy Freddy and Yella Beezy about the meetup for the money. But when when Yella Beezy was in LA, him and Keywan, when Yella Beezy was in LA, Trapboy Freddy texted Yella Beezy about them meeting up for some money right after Mo3 died. Yella Beezy says he's in LA. Trapboy Freddy says, okay, whatever. All right, when you get here, we gotta chop it up. Let's meet up when you get here. As soon as Yella Beezy goes to LA, he goes to pull the money out of the bank. Trapboy Freddy texts Yella Beezy again, we need to meet up. You got the bread. Yella Beezy has the bread. Yella Beezy and Trapboy Freddy are discussing the meetup for money again when Yella Beezy gets back to Dallas. They got grand jury testimony, and they got witnesses that talked about this money and talked about how much money Yella Beezy pulled out the bank. Remember that. They already know how much money Yella Beezy pulled out the bank, and they got the bank records, and they got the text messages about meet up for the money. And as soon as you got back to Dallas, you pulled the money out that you just said you was going to use with Trapboy Freddy. You just told Trapboy Freddy about the bread. Trapboy Freddy got his half. You needed to go get your half. You go pull the money out of the bank, and it's the exact amount that you said you was going to pull out with Trapboy Freddy, and the exact same amount that a grand jury witness says you pulled out of the fucking bank. And then Trapboy Freddy and you both paid Jerry Johnson to pay Keywan. And then the judge says, whoa, 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 whoa. Why are y'all talking about facts of the case right now? Why are we speaking about facts of the case? They go, Eric Barnes, like, I'm just answering what he asked me. And he goes, well, because I thought it was, she said, no, stop. Do not speak any further. Move on. Never speak about this again. Do not speak about it. No more. And they couldn't talk about it anymore. But by that time, everybody in the courtroom jaws dropped like, wait. So Trapboy Freddy really did put the money up and y'all got the text message?
Let's get up to 200 viewers. Everybody spank that like button and get y'all votes in.
Proof? Oh, shit. I'm hurrying up. I'm writing. I'm damn near scribbling. I'm writing so goddamn fast to get this in my notebook. I'm like, wait, what did you just say? And they had to speed past it like they never said it. But they most definitely said it. I'm going to say that again. They got the text messages from Yella Beezy and Trapboy's phone. Yella Beezy and Trapboy Freddy have a conversation after Mo3 dies about the money. Because they got to pay Keywan. They know they got to pay Keywan. So Trapboy Freddy's hitting up Yella like, hey, bro, we got to pay. You know what I'm saying? We need to meet up for that money. We need to meet up for that bread. But then again, remember, there's a meeting. There's already a meeting that took place about how much money Yella Beezy was going to put up. So they already knew Yella Beezy was going to pull this amount out of his bank. So you can't guess that good to say, oh, I think he's going to pull 50,000 out the bank. 40,000 out the bank. Trapboy Freddy 50, Yella Beezy 40. So then someone testifies that, oh yeah, well I know that Yella Beezy went to go pull 40,000 out because that's how much he owed Keywan. He had to pay for the hit. So Yella Beezy pulls the 40 bands out as soon as he gets back to Dallas. And then him and Trapboy Freddy get back on text messages about we need to meet up for this bread. So then Yella Beezy hands his money to Jerry Johnson. Trapboy Freddy hands his amount to Jerry Johnson. Jerry Johnson paid Keywan White. That's how Jerry Johnson got the charges of murder for hire, the remuneration. Because Jerry Johnson paid the money and did not tell y'all way back when that the only way I believe Jerry Johnson was involved is because Jerry Johnson facilitated the money, and boom, they got the messages to prove that Jerry Johnson facilitated the money and paid Keywan White. So Keywan, you got paid. Or at least Jerry Johnson got the money to pay you, but they say you got paid. The prosecution says they don't think they know you got paid. Trapboy Freddy, you're on the clock. If the streets don't get you, the feds will. I'm just gonna say right now again, Trapboy Freddy, if the streets don't get you, the feds will. I see Sean G ain't talking no more. Once I drop that information, Sean G ain't in this damn chat no more. Police have the evidence, them done. Yeah, they done. So where did Sean G go? Anybody seen Mr. Griffin? Mr. G? Hey, Mr. G, you still here? Has anybody seen Mr. G? Mr. G.
You don't know about unseen money? This is something everybody should know about. The government may owe you money. And BinVerified.com.
People. Said I'm here. I'm getting Sean G, get your big ass on, man. Go eat your goddamn Wingstop. So now we know that Jerry Johnson paid the money to Keywan. They are trying to say that this is Barnes. Oh, so this is where the argument started coming in. He starts asking Barnes, is this your first time breaking down rap lyrics? Have you ever done this before? And Barnes is like, yeah, this is my first time, you know what I'm saying, going on trial to do this, but no, I've broken down rap lyrics before. So, you know, what are you trying to say? They start arguing over how many artists have put bounties in their music. This was the defense's rebuttal. Like the defense, this was their strategy. Well, a lot of artists rap about putting bounties on people's heads, right? He's like, I mean, I guess. And they said, well, what about Big Tuck? This is where they start talking about Big Tuck for 10 fucking minutes. They're just sitting there talking about Big Tuck, and Eric Barnes like, bro, why are we talking about Big Tuck? I don't even know the song. What song is this you're talking about? He said, well, no. We got to go over this Big Tuck song. I want you to hear about it. And even the judge was like, what is the relevance to this? He just said he doesn't know what song you're talking about. Can we move on from Big Tuck? Everybody in the crowd bust out laughing. I'm being real. Everybody started laughing because we didn't know what the fuck they were. Toby Shook had nothing. He's talking about Big Tuck. He's talking about shit that didn't even matter. They're arguing about it. They just keep arguing about the most pointless shit. So then, I said the defense team randomly brings up Big Tuck. Now they're arguing over if rappers are playing characters. WWE gets brought up again. Well, this is like the WWE. The rappers play characters. Eric Barnes like, I wouldn't say that Trapboy Freddy and Yella Beezy were playing a character. I wouldn't call a murder for hire plot WWE. They weren't playing. This was serious. This was a war. He's like, no, but they were playing a character. You know, they got stage names, they act, and he's like, no, they had stage names, but this wasn't an act. They were killing each other. There's real blood being shed. This was not, I would not call someone's death WWE. No. Fuck no. So they start arguing over that. Grand jury witness said that he only rapped about the things that he only rapped about things he's never done, talking about Jose Bodega. They said Trap hasn't been arrested yet. Why? And then this was Eric Barnes' answer, because it's still an open investigation. Well, you're telling me you got all this stuff on Trapboy Freddy. You got all this on Trap, but he still hasn't been arrested. Why? He goes, because it's still an open investigation. But you got all the information you need. He was like, I mean, I don't determine when he gets arrested, if he gets arrested. I don't determine that, but all I can tell you is, as of today, he's not arrested. And they go, well, you saying you don't have enough evidence to arrest him? He goes, as of today, no. And he goes, but you got all this information here that he paid for this and did that, and can you explain to me why Trapboy Freddy is not arrested? Explain it to me. I want to know. If you have all of this stuff on Devarius Moore, why is he not in jail? Why is he not incarcerated? He said, because again, I don't determine when or if he gets arrested. All I can tell you is it's an open investigation still, and as of today, he's not arrested. And as of today, we don't have enough to charge him. So as of today, no, we can't arrest him. He goes, but you got the information. He says, I just keep saying the same thing. As of today, he's not arrested. And he goes, but it's been 5 years, going on 6. He says, do you realize that there's no statute of limitation on a murder case? This isn't just, and he said, and this isn't just a regular murder case investigation. This is a murder for hire plot. This is a murder for hire plot. This is the most serious, capital murder is the most serious murder charge you can get. So we're still investigating this case, and it's not.
Kevin, what's the deal? Ricky, Kyle, Ron, all my mods, Trey, Buy Bitcoin, Molar, Unknown, Workman, Itchy Fingers, what's the deal? Everybody hit that like button and make sure y'all get y'all votes in, man. Let me know if y'all can't see the polls, I'll make it bigger.
Closed until we close it. This is an open investigation, and we're not done. This is exactly what Barnes said. He said, we're not done investigating this. We're still investigating this case right now, and we're not done until we're done. He said, this case is never done until we close it, and it's still open. So Mo3's case is not closed. They said, this is still an open investigation, and they're still investigating it. And as of today, He's not charged. But who's to say tomorrow he won't be? So, let's get to it. So because it's still an open investigation, they say Roy Lee shot 2 people who didn't pay him for a comedy show. Then they start arguing over Yella didn't press charges for Sean G. They bring up Sean G. Toby Shook says, well, Sean G, his car was involved. Why did Sean G not get arrested? Why is Sean G not in jail? I want to know why Sean G's not in jail. Why you stopped investigating that case? He said, I'm not with Louisville PD, and I don't know what their like how they do their investigations or what. He said, but you do realize once you have an uncooperative witness, we can no longer investigate cases. And he goes, but Yella Beezy's still alive. He said, but Yella Beezy didn't want to cooperate. And he goes, well,
Struggling with depression and not feeling the comfort and peace that you need, I invite you to meet with missionaries like me from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We can help you lift your burdens through the gospel of Jesus Christ.
He goes, well, Sean G, his car was involved. You have sufficient evidence to charge Sean G with the shooting. Why don't you just charge him? He said, I don't work for Louisville PD, so I don't know why they didn't charge him. But I can tell you that you have an uncooperative witness, and if a witness doesn't want to cooperate, usually they just close the case out. And he goes, but I'm saying that what if Yella Beezy would have gotten murdered? He said, that's a different case. Then you got a witness who can't come forward. But we got a witness right here who didn't want to come forward. So there's a big difference in the cases. So all I can tell you is Sean G's not arrested because Yella Beezy didn't want him to be arrested. And it closed the case out. I can't tell you anything else about Louisville PD. You might want to contact Louisville PD and ask them why they didn't arrest Sean G. Dun. I don't know, man. It was getting spicy in there. And they talked about Roy Lee shooting 2 people. Then they started bringing up Sean G and if he's Mo3's bodyguard. But you said Sean G was Mo3's bodyguard. They said, and Sean G, you lied. Barnes said he did interview you though, and you got interviewed, but you never had enough evidence to charge Mo3 and Sean G for Yella Beezy shooting. But they said Sean G, you did get interviewed for that case. This was in testimony today. They said you were interviewed, so you did speak to law enforcement about that Yella Beezy shoot, Sean G. Allegedly, at least according to Barnes, you did. But they said they never had enough evidence to even charge you and Mo3. But Sean G, they said that you did an interview with Barnes. Sean? Oh, Sean. Dun. So, they didn't have enough evidence in the Yella Beezy shooting and in the Roy Lee shooting. So then they start bringing up Rainwater's comments about his interviews. The defense says Mo3 was taking credit for shootings that he didn't do and he wasn't involved in. Barnes replies that Trapboy Freddy said he lied and he got killed over it. He said, I never said I wasn't. I said I didn't say. I never said I wasn't. I said I didn't say what they said. I said, no, nigga, you said you never talked to the police regarding that Yella Beezy shooting. That's what you said. I remember. And beautifully broken. Don't tell us what to do over here. You ain't even green. We love you. Uh, you told me. Check. Didn't Sean G say you were to the police for that? Didn't Sean G say I never talked to the police about that Yella Beezy? I swear he told me that. Or maybe I didn't. That's right. I was never asked about that. Well, Barnes says you were interviewed about that. So which one is it? So you never talked to police about Yella Beezy before? They say they got you interviewed. He says, Cap, this came out of Barnes' mouth. I'm just saying. He definitely said So you never did an interview with Barnes. I swear to God, Barnes testified. So you saying Barnes lied on the stand? Barnes said he interviewed you, Shanti. So you never interviewed with Barnes about anything. You never did an interview with Barnes about anything. Is that what you're saying? Said Barnes not lying, Shanti. Sit your ass down. So you telling me you never did an interview with Barnes about anything? They keep talking ratchet, only ones at court. They said, you making it up. I was interviewed the day 3 got shot. Interesting, Shanji. And they never brought up the yellow beezy thing. They said they're not worried about yellow beezy because they got who they wanted out the way. Okay, Shanji says he was never. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. So, it's in my notes, though. The defense says Mo3 is taking credit for shootings he didn't do. Barnes said that he lied and got killed over it. Salute for the 10-piece, BA. I appreciate you. Big Tuck would knock out Shanji. I never seen Big Tuck fight or Shanji fight. I wouldn't know. Let's see where I was at. May 2022, Barnes talked to Bodega, and Bodega said Keywan rode with him in the Sprinter van to meet up with Yella.
Injuries weren't that bad. I don't know if it's worth it. That's exactly what the insurance company wants you to think. Here's what they don't tell you. If you were injured in a car accident in the last year,
and to meet up with Yella, says the video that they showed never showed Keywan interact. That's when the defense says that video that you showed with Keywan White with the PMG PMG ring on and the GRC chain, you never showed him actually interacting with Yella. He goes, well, no, he wasn't in the video, but they were there together. And they said grand jury witness says Keywan was in the Sprinter van. And they start arguing over if Mo3 felt money was on his head. Barnes says he believed Mo3 meant that, and they got into it bad over this. The defense says, well, Mo3 lied a lot in his music. So, I agree, but I fuck with you, Big Reggie. Salute. I appreciate you. Salute. Thank you for the 20-piece. So, they start arguing over if Mo3 really felt like that. So the defense says Mo3 lied. He didn't believe money was on his head. He just lied in his music. He lied all the time. I got to sneeze. Hold on. Okay, I did sneeze, but I thought I sneezed again. All right. So the defense says Mo3 did not feel like money was on his head. Mo3 lies in his music. Mo3 never felt like that. Mo3 was a liar. Mo3 lied all the time. He didn't feel like this. He definitely didn't feel like money was on. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. And they're like, Barnes like, look, I know what I believe and I know what I know. Mo3 knew money was on his head. Mo3 felt like money was on his head. Mo3 most definitely was feeling like death was around the corner. He said it in the interviews. He didn't lie about that. And my belief is Mo3 knew money was on his head, and Mo3 was he maybe wasn't scared, but he knew death was around the corner, and he said he thinks about death all the time, and I believe him. That's just my belief. They argued for about 10 minutes over that. Then they start arguing if Yella's live in LA should be allowed into evidence. He says Yella went live for absolutely nothing. He just stood there in the sun and didn't do anything. Salute Binky for being a member for 55 months. Y'all drop the flowers for Binky. And he goes, well, rappers do marketing all the time. Yella Beezy was doing marketing. And Barnes says, well, what was he marketing? He just stood there and didn't do nothing. He literally just stood there while all the comments were saying Mo3 died. And he was just looked like he was reacting to the comments and just looking, crazy as hell while he just stood there and never said a fucking word. So what did he market? And they argued about that for about another 10 minutes. It was just like, bro, what is the defense doing? So their defense is he was doing marketing. They said he was with Bodega in LA. And they start arguing about the IG live comments. And then he says, well, tell me what the comments said. He says, well, the comments obviously were saying Mo3 died. He said, no, I need to know exactly what those comments were saying. He says, I don't know what the comments were saying, but if we play the Instagram live video, then I'm pretty sure I could read all the comments and see what they were saying. But it's pretty obvious what the comments were saying. I mean, he was reacting to him. And they argued about that. They just kept arguing about that. And they say he was in Mexico when Trapboy Freddy called him about the Laugh Now song. They keep referring to Trap. You keep referring to Trap as a co-conspirator. Say today he hasn't been arrested, but there's no statute of limitations on murder. Now they bring up the song Hitters again. Barnes says Yella hasn't been a drill rapper before the Mo3 beef. After Mo3 died, people were still getting paid and people were still getting money put on their books. And once he said that, I swear, y'all, once he said that, he said, Yella Beezy wasn't a drill rapper. Yella Beezy has no history of being a drill rapper ever. Yella Beezy don't have one. He said, I went back and listened to 7 albums of Yella Beezy, full albums. I listened to every word he ever said. He never rapped about putting money on no one's head. He never rapped about putting bounties on people until Mo3 did the Cam Capone interview, and then he turned into a drill rapper. He says, once Mo3 died, I can prove that people still were getting paid and people were still getting money put on their books. Then the defense says, can I have a moment, Your Honor? She says, yes. He whispers to another lawyer. Yella Beezy's looking at them like, what the fuck? Then he goes, no further questions. No further questions. And then they said, okay, state, no further questions. We rest. Defense, we rest. And I'm like, what in the absolute fuck?
It's the biggest secret of 2026, and they're doing everything they can to make sure it doesn't come out. If you've been in a car...
Let's witness this.
Kevin, Ricky, Garden, what's the deal? Coyote.
Light that motherfucker up. Yeah. Hey, I'll put you down with this shit. Y'all ain't never listen to no new rappers? Put me down.
F.G. Did you... Key ones, credit. Were the only jeans and shirt that he was wearing when he was arrested for the murder. Eugene that he had changed into right after Mo3's murder. And he just... that he had changed into... You playing this, man, on my live, bro. Hey, hold on.
Everybody hit that like button and get y'all votes in, man. Who we got up in there? Get another video back up. He said Trapboy finna sing. Nah, for real. He said that's not OB.
I got it. My guy Chris go on the phone. I got it. D, you couldn't figure it out last night.
You decide what's the deal.
Ask him, OG.
Man, Crisco, what's it? Tell me something, man. How in the hell is they having testimony and they even pick the truth?
Oh, no, what they're doing is right now they're doing remember, this is a motion. This is a pre-trial motion.
This is evidentiary hearing.
Right, here we go. There you go, right there. They're trying to see what evidence will be allowed in the trial and what won't be allowed. So
right. That's why the police was on the stand talking about they had to go to the rap session because wasn't nobody talking on the street.
Right, so what they're doing is they just basically they're letting us know, basically in Mo3 sector, all them niggas online like me and already letting know been watching all this shit for years. And I knew something was crazy. When I walked in that bitch, y'all the prosecutor stood up and dapped me up and said, what's good, Sco?
Oh, shit.
I ain't never seen this white boy in my life. You know, what's going on? Man, you right? I said, man, that shit was crazy.
So he knew you before you knew him?
Yep, I never seen this dude before in my life. I walked in, everybody in the courtroom, even the court reporter looked like she knew me. Everybody was like, what's going on, man? How you been?
Like you supposed to be there. Like you supposed to be there.
I'm in that motherfucker. I damn near brought a briefcase with me. I'm showing up with appreciation. I'm showing the bow tie appreciation.
So let me ask you, man. You get there, Yella Beezy comes in. What is the temperature like? Give me an understanding of what was going on when you first arrived and everything. And he came.
Well, when he first walked up, I asked him for a sound bite. I don't know if you see it on my Instagram, but when he first walked in, I asked him for a sound bite. I said, Yella, let me get a sound. I said, Yella, let me get a sound bite. And he didn't look. He just kept walking. He just kept walking. He had his team around him, his family around him. And
Mooks, what's the
he
deal?
just kept walking in. So I was like, okay, well, nigga ain't doing no talking. He went there, sit down. We all went in there, and Detective Barnes took the stand. You know what I mean? And man, Detective Barnes, man, he just started going into the whole.
Barnes, let me play a little bit of this. I want you to tell me what the hell was going on right here. Hold on.
Congratulations, special offer. Borrow $1,500 and pay $66 per month. Here are the reasons why I chose Panda Loan.
I'm gonna show you a secret, okay? You can get up to 5,000.
Looking long ass commercial.
We want a first-person narration. In this investigation, because of the keep it in the street motto, we weren't able to get that in an interrogation room. We had to go to YouTube to get it. We had to go to social media to get it. People weren't willing to speak and cooperate with law enforcement so this crime could be solved. Instead, it was monetized through songs and carried out further and inflamed through music and social media posts. We want a first-person narrative.
So let me stop right there. So he's in there. It looks very intense, like he's really been studying this stuff, man. He gave me a vibe like he watch and listen to Mo3 Yella Beezy all day, every day.
Billy, what's the deal? Mooks.
No, you gotta understand. Like I said,
decide.
Detective Eric Barnes has been covering this case before Mo3 died. He was covering this thing before Lee died. Remember, they just beefing in the city. So he's on top of this. He's been seeing this. Even at the concert where Yella and Mo3 was supposed to perform at the same time in Frisco, he was there. He was out there patrolling shit. He was there to see if it was going to break out. He was there. He said him and his team was there, stationed there, just waiting for the arrival of Mo3 and Yella Beezy just to see what the atmosphere was like. So Detective Barnes has been on this thing before anybody died.
Wow. So let's talk about how he came across versus how the prosecution presented what they had versus how the defense was able to maneuver around it or pretty much object to it. How was that? What's this lawyer name again? The same one Carmela Anthony had?
That's gonna be Toby Shook.
Toby Shook. How did he handle all this?
Toby Shook did a horrible job. Remember, Toby Shook is the guy who got Amber Geiger off, the white girl who walked into Bob and Jean's apartment.
Yeah.
Shot him, and you know what I mean? And he's handled a lot of cases with police officers and things like this, but this is a hip-hop case. This is a case about the streets, about the culture, about young black men out here in Dallas. He don't know nothing about that, bro. The man about 75, maybe 80 years old. He came in there moving slow. He didn't object to nothing the prosecution was saying with Detective Barnes hardly. He was just sitting there kind of looking. Even it was certain times when Yella would look over him and whisper to him, and I see him give Yella a little nod. But, he was just kind of in his own world, man.
Say laugh my ass off.
Kind of took his attention so much. Not that he did that for Carmelo.
Nah, for real.
Not that he didn't hang that young brother. But I think that he was focused on that so much. The shit popped up. He didn't look like he was ready for it, bro, at all, man. He didn't look like he was ready for it. Can you give an example? Yeah.
Everybody hit that like button and get y'all votes in, man. Let's get up to 100 votes.
He was using Big Tuck. I want Big Tuck to know this, man. He was using Big Tuck. He brought up Big Tuck. Everybody's looking around. What the hell is Big Tuck have to do with this? He brought up Big Tuck, some of Big Tuck lyrics, and was saying, look how Big Tuck is talking about putting bread on somebody's head. And he took that to say that Dallas rappers rap like that. When you hear rappers talking about putting money on somebody's head, that's just what they do. It's just lingo. But Detective Barnes fired back and let him know, well, Big Tuck ain't sitting here for murder for hire. You know what I mean? Big Tuck ain't got no murder case. It ain't got no people putting murder on his name and witnesses testifying against him. So, whether Big Tuck was just rapping or not, Yella Beezy is here today. It seemed like he lived out his lyrics. So, you know what I mean? Toby wasn't doing nothing, bro. He took it all.
Yeah, but because when I first talked to you about this, you was telling me that Toby, they had a strong case. Before you got there, it seemed like you had a change of heart. Because it seems like you seeing something a little different now.
Yeah, bro, look, I had a complete change of heart. I felt like when it came to, I was like, when it comes to these brothers, man, Toby Schiff will go in there and discredit the hell out of anybody that's going in yellow bees. I say anybody, because these going to be gangbangers and, street niggas and, cats like that. I mean, so, a lot of cats that's jailhouse rats. So I told you, Toby Schiff going to go in there and have his way with these jailhouse.
This Boss Talk TV. Y'all can go check this out on Boss Talk TV. Boss Talk 101. I'm just letting it run because they know more about the case than me, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy to discredit them because look like they trying to get a deal for themselves. They trying to save themselves, so they throwing it on Yella. But when he got in the courtroom, I got a chance to lay my eyes on him and his performance. Nah, bro, I know it's not the trial yet, but this was very important to get that music thrown out. And he didn't do a good job, man. He didn't do a good job at all. But that music will be entered as evidence. And for this trial, the jury will get a chance to hear all the records because Toby Shook did not know what he was doing in court yesterday at all, bro. Even at certain times, Yella was looking at him like, what the hell?
I'm glad you said that. I told Boss Talk that from the beginning. That man is of the same law firm of the boy that jumped Anthony, right? Carmelo Anthony. Mike Howard. He's out of Mike Howard's firm. And I told you from the beginning, it is not gonna go good. Because it's a whole that is making America great again. Bro, they getting rid of, they eliminating all this.
Wow, wait a minute. Wait one dang minute, guys. I don't understand.
Could be approved for $39 per month. Full coverage auto insurance. The only catch is that you need to have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years.
One dang minute, guys. I don't understand. Trapboy Freddy's getting married. Everybody's on the internet right now. This very minute, they own his comments right now. They acting as if like he's done something wrong. Why do they keep doing that, Sco? What is that about?
Well, you been doing that. You been doing that.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what's the deal? Mooks, Billy, whatever. Ant, You Decide Media, Dart, Kevin, Ricky, Kyle, Ron, what's the deal?
You see Yella Beezy in court walking in his moment. If Yella Beezy loses this case, he loses his moment. He loses everything. It's all over with. Meanwhile, Trapboy Freddy is getting married. Now, the fucked up part about it is that in that courtroom, they used more of Trapboy Freddy music than they did Yella Beezy. They played Laugh Now. They played Put Him on a Shirt. They played the whole song. The whole courtroom was in there. Shirt something. Put him on a shirt. The whole courtroom. The whole show looking like they playing all the records.
Yeah, let me clarify that. Trapboy Freddy, hearing all that shit, it's a time to get married. Because if you go to penitentiary, you're going to have to get conjugal visit. You got to have a wife.
There we go.
So what? And the reason that's crazy because if they playing all his music, a lot of people.
What's up with y'all, man? Clyde, what's the deal? He said, yeah, that boy gonna talk. Y'all get y'all votes in, man. We almost to 100 votes. Let me know what y'all think. If Trapboy gonna squeal on Yella Beezy or not. Get y'all votes in. Let me know if I need to make the poll bigger too. You know what I'm saying?
People allude to the fact that they've already talked to Trapboy Freddy and that he got some stuff going on already. These are just all allegations, allegations where they just trying to act as if he's already working or he's about to take the stand. They acting all crazy. But if he done all that, he wouldn't have to worry. He know he's not going nowhere, right?
No, let me tell you something, bro. Trapboy,
you don't never know you're not going nowhere. And not in America. The hell you mean? You know you're not going nowhere. Laugh now.
Trans don't know that at all. Yeah, Trapboy is when we see him get married, it's like, nigga, why throw your player card away now? And you can tell you why he threw his player card away because he watching what Yella going through. He know Yella nervous. He talking to his partner. His partner knows he lose this, he lose everything. So in his mind, is to say, you know what? Like you said, OG, man, I better make sure I get some conjugals. I better make sure I get some ass and make my bitches over and visit me, man. Because they looking at him too, man. And they're most definitely.
They said yesterday that he still could be called in for this stuff.
Yep. No, he actually said, Eric Barnes said,
Miss T, what's the deal? She said, I think he already. Nah, for real.
that he could be arrested. He said that it's not too late. He said there's no statute of limitation on murder. He said so right now they get him as a co-conspirator. They didn't arrest him. He said, but it's not too late. He can still be arrested at any time.
What was Mo3's mother in court when you? How was there? How they all was there? The whole family?
Mo3 mom was there the first day. She wasn't there the second day. His family was in there, and they was in there just being very cool and collect. Some of his family members and people was in there. They was in there just being very cool and collect. They wasn't saying too much, but they would just listen to all the music. Due to the Mo3 sector, they didn't heard all this shit over and over again. You know what I mean? Like, when we was in there, we was taking notes, but we really didn't have to. I didn't need not one note. I know this whole case front to back. So they was in there presenting things, and I was like, yeah, I remember I showed it on my show 2-3 years ago. Yeah, I remember the things that these guys put online. Nothing you really got to go investigate. They just showing them. They showing all the different videos that Mo3 and Yella Beezy put out against each other. All the times Trap was talking, all the music, all the beats, the fights, the Roy Lee situation. They just showing everything that these guys all put online for the world to see. They just going through there, breaking it all down, showing how this led to a murder for hire. One of the important things they did show, they showed Yella Beezy in the hospital in Louisville. And when detectives came in to talk to him, man, he wanted to know what was going on. He wanted to know that they know who shot him. They told him the vehicle that shot you belonged to Mo3 security guard Sean G. Once they told him about that, he shut down and didn't want to talk no more. Yella Beezy girl started screaming, I'll testify, I want these niggas locked up. Yella Beezy look at the detectives and say, I don't want nothing to do with this no more. In this investigation, I have nothing to say to y'all whatsoever. All Yella wanted to do is confirm that the niggas who shot him is who he thought shot him. And after that, he had his mind made up. Nigga, I'm taking it to the streets. Remember people that keep it in the streets? Yeah. Keep it in the streets, goddammit. Yella Beezy didn't want nothing to do with the investigation. He wanted him out his room. All he wanted them to do was confirm that there was Mo3 people in that vehicle. Once they confirmed that, he didn't want nothing to do with it. You see his girl trying to say, no, testify. She begged him, I'll testify, you testify, because she don't want her man in jail. She knew what this was going to lead to. And Yella said, hell no, I'm done. I'm not talking no more. Y'all can get out. And Yella right then and there, allegedly, hey, I gotta help. I'm keeping this shit in the streets.
What about, okay, they can just say that?
With that fact said, I show you how America is and how the law system. Now we're talking about Trapboy Freddy. There's no statute of limitations on murder, right? So there's a thing called conspiracy before and after the fact. If I know something about it, I don't tell it. Now, when the detectives disclosed that was Yella Beezy's security guards,
Mo3.
car, when they broke that information, they should be held accountable for giving a known fact before a murder and after a murder.
Need to be having better sex. Blue Chew Gold. Blue Chew Gold. Blue Chew Gold. Blue Chew Gold. Sir, it's time to lock in. Being physically
accountable for giving a known fact before a murder and after a murder.
You saying the detectives?
They damn sure gave it up. The detectives told Yella Beezy laying in a bed after being shot. This is the day after. It was 2 days after he got shot. And they told him straight up, this car, the vehicle belongs to Sean Griffin, a.k.a. Sean G. That's what they told him. And they asked him, what is your relationship like with Sean G? He said, the last time I seen Sean G was 5 months ago, and Sean approached me about the beef with Roy Lee. You know what I mean? And he said, we spoke about that a little bit, and we went on our business. With no big problem, whatever. You know what I mean? We got it squared away. But after he heard that, he was also, that's the vehicle that was used to shoot me. Once he heard that, he didn't want to do no more talking. He was done. He was like, I'm good, bro. That's all I need to know. I'm good, man. I don't want to press no charges. I don't got no statements. I don't got nothing to say to y'all.
Wow. And so here we are again, basically looking to see when is the trial set to start, Sco?
August 24th.
August the 24th. So everybody getting ready. They're going to know what they're going up against. They about to pick this jury, and we're going to roll down through there just like we like any other case, and it's going to be open to the public.
The crazy part about it is, the crazy part about it is you ready to go down, and I want to tell you, you had a rat on your wall. I told you had a rat on your wall. I pointed out.
Oh, damn, man. How do you know that? How do you know that?
No. Because he's going to be a witness. He's going to be a witness in this case. will be the guy going in there to testify and tell some things about this GRC crew that he's a part of, one of the head guys over
Well, he came on the show. He did come on the show.
Wait a minute, Skull. Who is that?
Everybody sub up to the channel and get y'all votes in, man. We still got the polls jumping. Let me know what y'all think about Trapboy, man. Is he gonna squeal? Let me know.
This is a guy named Jose Bodego. He interviewed one day and got a picture of the nigga on the wall. I told you, I said, this might be a rat right here.
You got a rat on the wall.
He got a rat on the wall. He got a rat on the wall.
I'm not doing this with y'all. We don't know all this. Hey, we got to wait and see what happened in this case. I'm not doing this, Scope. They are the ones. Listen, Scope. That crew brought him over there. So basically, they were promoting his music. They all was on the same page at the same time at that time. So I don't know if this. I don't know what happens with this. I'm just an unbiased journalist. I don't know, man. So I don't know what. I've seen people on your show. We don't want to go there. You know I've seen people on your show.
Yeah. But tell me, have you ever now? You seen some cats on my show?
A lot of them.
But do you see a picture hanging on?
You don't have no wall to hang no damn picture on.
I got walls, nigga. I got a wall.
I know. Your shit is everybody pulling up, getting on the screen, talking, and that's what I see. And I've seen a lot of people on your show. So for you to sit there and I know that picture is old and been on there forever. Listen, don't judge me. That has nothing to do with me. You know you need your ass whooped right now.
Shut up for your man. Tell me your man's Bodega, man. That's your man.
No, I just met him on the music, man. I don't know these people. Are you serious?
But then again,
wait. First of all, let me say this. You don't have no concrete evidence. You got a prejudice, Scope. You talking. Where's the paperwork?
Where's that paperwork?
You sounding like right 100 pounds.
Hey, I got something better than paperwork, fam. I got something better than that.
What you have?
I got Detective Barnes letting it be known that he has a GRC member coming in there to testify. They let the
GRC member?
Is it that guy?
Oh, we know which one it is. He's the one that was released from prison early. He got out of jail early. The rest of them is still locked up.
No, Trapboy Freddy got out of jail early too, didn't he?
No. But Trapboy Freddy has not been. Trapboy Freddy was never indicted on this case. Bodega was at one point.
Bro, you want me to tell you what I like about Trapboy Freddy is that to me he hadn't really. You don't have nothing really concrete on him. But the music. He just doing what?
But the music.
That's the only thing you got on him. You don't have him doing no interviews. You don't have him doing none of the stuff like Yella. When I did watch, Yella got a lot of Vlad interviews. Yella got a lot of interviews, you know, and a lot of stuff. And then Mo3 got a lot of interviews. But Trapboy Freddy's a little bit different. I tried to get him. Hell, I could never get him on the show. Shout out to Trapboy Freddy.
He the king of Oak Cliff. I'm telling you right now, Trapboy Freddy's a stiff nigga, bro. I don't see him taking no stand and doing none of that shit like that. I don't see Trap doing it. I could be wrong, but I don't see Trap doing it. I think Trap cares too much about his reputation in Oak Cliff to be that nigga in the streets. He running the streets of Oak Cliff out there. So I don't
LaQuisha, what's the deal?
I could be wrong. I don't know about talking shit. But at the end of the day, I don't see Trapboy Freddy doing no testifying. I don't know no telling. If you take the stand, there'll be a bunch of pleas, defense, a bunch of I don't know, I don't remember, I don't recall. Yeah, it was just music, it was just a beat. I don't see Trap. On top of that, we see him and Yella still real tight. Now, Yella don't fuck with Bodega no more, though. You know what I mean? You don't fuck with Bodega. They still fuck with
let me go on Bodega page. Let me go on Bodega page, because I think he do have him on there. I don't think, have you been on his Instagram lately?
I ain't been on his Instagram in a while.
I think Jose still got him on there. I think. Now, I could be wrong. There it is right there. There go Jose. Okay. No. Yeah. He got him on there playing basketball against each other. And then he messed around and he said, show him this video. And he posting him up. Then he shoots up. Boom. Hit him with the three. Hit him with the back. Hit him with the fadeaway 45 Jordan type of fadeaway.
That's like gonna hit his ass in that courtroom with that fadeaway.
No.
He gonna hit his ass with a mean ass fadeaway in the courtroom. There you go. Boom.
LaQuisha, Miss T, Clyde, Antoine, Jeremy, all my mods, Mook, what's the deal? Billy, Dart, Kevin, everybody that tapped in,
He
man.
don't?
Run right there, man. Way outside of that boy even Dallas no more, man. Yeah, that boy ain't even Dallas. Yeah, he's man. Jose Bodega is taking the stand. Y'all can say, Sco, you might be wrong, but when you get in there, I believe Jose Bodega is gonna take the stand, bro, and give them some vital information about this whole case.
Let me say this. Getting back to the courtroom. Let's get with Yella Beezy's public pretender. This man has jumped about. What do you feel about that? You can just say it, that the man really dropped the
Victoria, what's the deal? Y'all get y'all votes in, man. Let me know if y'all think Trapboy gonna squeal.
ball in this evidentiary hearing. So what do you think it become of him continuing the case? What do you think it's going to be able to be?
Man, I'm trying to find. I mean, I'm thinking the guy he got testifying the smoking gun. He believes. I mean, for the prosecution, I believe the guy he got testifying for the smoking gun. I said Toby Shook could go there and try to have his way with them guys, but Toby Shook ain't looking too good right now. Like I said, this is more about the culture, more about this, more about that. I don't know if Toby Shook got what it takes to nail, to get Yella out of this situation, man. But the prosecution is sitting on a lot. That's one thing we didn't know. And I got the courtroom start hitting everything. I didn't know they had everything they got. They had a lot for so far. They didn't give us everything. But from Detective Barb and the head detective, he got a lot, OG. He got a lot, man.
OG, I want to ask OG, like, OG, here's what I didn't say when we was talking about this earlier, but I've been thinking, they sent messages between each other. This song, this
Deshaun, what's the deal? He said he been telling on himself. Nah, for real.
tracks that never did come out between one another, that when they sent them messages, even if they said, man, don't show nobody that ain't coming out, don't let nobody hear that. Once you send it through the phone system, OG, like you said, if you do it on the phone, you better be ready to do it in court. They got those songs that we never heard before, is what I'm thinking. They got stuff that we never seen before that in their minds they thought it ain't never coming out, or it ain't, nobody's seen it, but now everybody's going to get to see it.
If you got into an auto accident, you need to try this.
They don't want you to know about it.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you...
Hey, you heard the Gassed Up record? Hey, you heard the Gassed Up song?
I probably have. I can't remember, but I probably have.
They played a record called Gassed Up where Yella Beezy is rapping about, hey, y'all gas that nigga up. He'll be alive right now if y'all didn't gas him up. The nigga dead because y'all let him play online.
Is that out?
You shouldn't have played with us. Yeah, that's how that one came out, yeah. And they kept running that one back and forth. And in that song, he talking about, Mo 3, and the nigga was saying this and saying that. Well, his ass is dead now. Thanks to y'all. Y'all gassed him up. Now his ass dead in the bitch.
OG, what is you laughing about? OG, hell.
I'm just showing the simplicity, how naive we are as black people, even in the gang mentality. We didn't become so socialistic and egotistic that we will put this. I learned that in 1978 in Houston, Texas. Richard Cobb showed me a tape conversation with the feds and this Mexican, and he told me then, never say nothing on the phone or any open air that you cannot say in court, because everything is recorded. That's in 1978. And what you're saying, you didn't put these things out and you thought they wasn't going to be in the air. You thought because you took it off of your text message that it's not. What do you think they got the cloud for? For you.
Shit. I just hate
that. OG is absolutely right, man. That's what that cloud is for. They monitor everything we do, everything we say. You can't even talk too loud no more without Siri saying, what did you say? Hey, if OG talk to me about going to get some McDonald's right now, he go on his Instagram, he gonna see McDonald's ads popping up and down.
That's right.
They listening to everything we saying, man.
So here now, I want you to, and we'll end it on this note. What do you, I want to hear now that you've been in there and you've heard this and this thing is getting ready to go to trial, what do you think will be the outcome? And this is just, it's subjective, but just kind of how do you feel this thing will go now that you've seen what you've seen?
I mean, like I said, I wasn't there, bro. I can't put murder on nobody. I didn't see who killed Mo3, fam.
Correct.
So one thing I've never done in this case was saying, oh, man, Yella did that. Yella, nah, $100,000 police big case to put what they want to put out there. But I think about just looking at Toby Shook, and we just see how that boy did Carmelo Anthony, just let his ass hang. I'm starting to wonder, is this going to happen in Yella Beezy? Is he going to go in there half-assing, pussyfooting around, barely barely trying, and we finna see Yella Beezy sitting up the river, man, because they got a lot of evidence on. They got witnesses pulling up. That don't mean he's going to be found guilty. But I'm just saying, Toby Shook got a lot to fight. I didn't see his ass doing no fighting yesterday.
OG, I go to you. OG, you being a guy that been into these courtrooms like myself, what would you do if you were in Yella's shoes when it come down to the way Toby Shook? If you seen him and you didn't feel comfortable with how he's handling the case just out the gate, what would you do?
I already told you what I have done. My attorney told me one day, the judge said that if I come in late again, that I was going to go to jail. And I paid $150,000 to the lawyer. And the lawyer told me he was going back there and talk to the judge. They was back there about a half hour talking. My attorney came out the judge's chamber shaking his head. I broke up out that courtroom, acting like I had to go get some water. When they found me again, I was in Houston, Texas. And my attorney killed me. I said, man, you came out there, Ron, looking like, he said, man, I had an earring. It was the kitchen come before the hang.
So it's time to start. Would you say, would he be crazy to fire Toby Shook right now?
He would be wise to fire him right now. Hello? You don't give people a second chance to mess over you. No, not no white folks.
Wow.
You're supposed to get that out of the way. If he ain't for you, he's against you.
Wow, man.
I strongly agree with LG Byron, man. If you got a chance, man, go get you a brother on your team, man. They know about the culture. They know how to break this.
So he could just add to it right now, is what you're thinking, right? He could add to the team.
Yeah, I'm thinking, man, add to the team. If you have a young brother in there, man, that know his case and understand the lingo and to really get here and tell these people, you know what I mean, break it down how Yellow got nothing to do with this, really put everything in place, you know what I mean, really focusing on the murder of Roy Lee too. Remember, nobody was ever arrested for that. But in that courtroom, they're damn near putting that on Yellow Beezy. Nobody was arrested, but they're saying that that's what started all was the fact that Yellow had all this smoke with Roy Lee, then Roy Lee ends up dead. And we know for a fact Roy Lee didn't die right away. He got shot out of a blood clot 2 weeks later, and Roy Lee told both three of them niggas that it was Yella Beezy that did it to him. So you need somebody to go there and really focus on things that are not factual, things that just been said online, things that can't really be proven. You know what I mean? Certain lingo, certain words, certain history in Dallas. You need somebody to go there and really break it down. You need somebody from the culture, bro. I'm just being honest. You need somebody from the culture, man.
Y'all heard it. Just say no to Scope, OG Pyru, and your boy Boss Talk ECO.
Oh, that's who that was. Just say no to Scope.
Y'all hear me? Yeah, somebody say Yella gonna steal off of your ass, man. They gonna steal off of my bitch ass, man. I'm talking about me and Yella. Me and Yella locked eyes for about 15 minutes. I said, it's about that time, nigga. He looked at me and said, yeah, it's about that time, man. It's about that time, man. But nah, it's
prosecutors say it wasn't just a rap beat. They say it was the result of a years-long feud between Marquise Conway, better known as Yella Beezy, and Melvin Noble, who performed as Mo3, that escalated from public insults to shootings to social media attacks and ultimately to Mo3's killing. Dallas homicide detective Eric Barnes spent hours walking the judge through what prosecutors say was a trail of songs, interviews, music videos, and Instagram live posts documenting that rivalry. Barnes testified the conflict began in 2017 after a friend of Mo3's publicly questioned whether Conway was really from Dallas. In investigators say the feud intensified through assaults, shootings, and increasingly personal exchanges between the two rappers. In 2018, Conway himself survived a drive-by shooting in Louisville. Prosecutors contend that online feud eventually spilled into real life, culminating in the murder-for-hire plot they say ended with Mo 3's death. Barnes testified the music became increasingly important because witnesses weren't cooperating with investigators.
That's what we're looking to get out of interrogation. We want a first-person narration. In this investigation, because of the keep it in the street motto, we weren't able to get that in an interrogation room. We had to go to YouTube to get it. We had to go to social media to get it. People weren't willing to speak and cooperate with law enforcement so this crime could be solved. Instead, it was monetized through songs and carried out further and inflamed through music and social media posts.
Defense attorneys argue rap music is artistic expression, not evidence of a crime, and warn jurors could mistake fictional lyrics for real life. The judge has not yet ruled whether those rap lyrics will be allowed in as evidence at Conway's trial, which could begin possibly as soon as next month. In Dallas, I'm Tanya Ives.
You know what makes a good Houston morning? Sharing it together with you. From the breaking news shaping your day to what everyone's talking about across the country and around. This day is all. You want to know what's got yella. Goddamn trigger finna take some of this goddamn sticky anybody. Yella beezy finally shouts out Mo 3 during nightcap interview.
Well, there's not a whole lot of rappers. I can't think of anybody else in Dallas that rap besides yourself. Who was your?
Come on, Dallas. What is he talking about, man?
Who you got?
Get him together, Yellow man. Get him together, man. Got a lot of stuff going on. Give me a little homework.
Who you got?
We got Dero. We got to check it out with Dero. You got to talk about. Erykah Badu. You got to talk about Post Malone. Hey, we talk about everything. Yes, sir.
Drug dealers, killers, sharks and gorillas.
Dumbass shit. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Carlos, what's the deal? Deshaun, LaQuisha, Victoria, all my mods. Everybody hit that like button. We got over 100 votes already. So yeah, man, we going up. Make sure y'all sub to the channel. And it's your big boss Squalor Bands back with another one, man. Early. I'm sure we're gonna do 20 or 30,000 on this live for sure. But they even get up, you know what I'm saying? Let me get y'all some more videos. I just can't play no music because you know they be trying to copyright when I play music. So I be trying to find videos with without the music in there.
About no jury that got robbed. They wasn't, these zesty ass was rapping about who is with who, man. They out there playing. Bro, by the this global TV.
Investigators say he allegedly hired someone to kill another local rapper back in 2020.
Yella Beezy opened his mouth days before his trial, and the timing couldn't be more loaded. Prosecutors are sitting on a case that many observers believe is going to bury him, and yet here he is, speaking publicly before a jury even gets seated. What did he say? What does the state of Texas actually have on him? And why do so many people who've been watching this closely think a guilty verdict is coming? We're getting into all of it right now.
Investigators say he allegedly hired someone to kill another local rapper back in 2020.
Yella.
What's up with y'all, man? Everybody sub up to the channel. Get y'all votes in, man. We on the way to 200 votes. We've been live for 2 hours. We're on our way to 200.
Beezy opened his mouth days before his trial, and the
John, what's the deal? 6-1, what's the deal? Los.
timing couldn't be more loaded. Prosecutors are sitting on a case that many observers believe is going to bury him, and yet here he is, speaking publicly before a jury even gets seated. What did he say? What does the state of Texas actually have on him? And why do so many people who've been watching this closely think a guilty verdict is coming? We're getting into all of it right now.
That boy Anthony say, Trapboy, get your rat on. Y'all drop them cheese emojis in the chat if y'all think Trapboy gonna squeal, man.
Yo, what's good, fam? We're about to break down the full story behind one of the most serious criminal cases to hit Dallas hip-hop in a long time. We're talking a capital murder charge, a murder-for-hire investigation that took years to build. A $40,000 cash withdrawal, prosecutors say, tells its own story. Rap lyrics being fought over in a courtroom right now, and a trial date that is less than 6 weeks away. What Beezy said publicly, what the state of Texas has assembled against him, how his defense team is fighting back, and what legal analysts actually think happens when that jury gets seated. We're covering all of it. Stay locked in, because this one goes deep. Marquise DeAndre Conway grew up in Dallas, Texas, and came up in a city that has always had its own lane in rap. Gritty, street certified, and unapologetic. Dallas never got the same national shine as Atlanta or New York, but anyone who knows the culture knows.
Drop them cheese emojis in the chat if y'all think Trap gonna squeal. And get up there to the polls and vote, man. Let me know what y'all think.
The city has been producing raw, authentic talent for decades. Conway came up in that.
You may qualify for the IRS Fresh Start program. If eligible, you could have your tax debt greatly reduced or even forgiven.
Niggas
Don't
did
wait.
some fucking bitch shit.
Came up in that tradition. He became Yella Beezy, and for a stretch, it looked like the whole country was about to know that name. His record, That's On Me, became a regional anthem, then crossed over into something bigger, earning platinum certification and landing him in front of audiences and collaborators that most Dallas rappers only dream about.
Odell, what's the deal? That boy dropped 3
He worked with
cheeses
Lil
in the
Wayne
chat.
on Hit in 2024. He performed at major festivals, including Togetherland at Fair Park as recently as May 2024. He released his album Badass Yella Boy in 2022. On the surface, Yella Beezy was living proof that you could come up from the Dallas streets and make it, really make it, without losing who you were or where you came from. He had the sound, the credibility, the catalog, and the momentum to build something lasting. His story also included near tragedy before the legal walls started closing in. In 2018, Beezy survived the shooting on the Sam Rayburn Tollway in Louisville, where he was hit multiple times while driving.
Tense moments very early this morning on a North Texas.
Yeah, but Trapboy he didn't get hit. Yella got hit. You know what I'm saying? Trapboy just making a bunch of songs. Yella the one that got hit. So Yella really wanted that, you know what I'm saying? Wanted that get back, probably.
Highway. Louisville police now looking for the person who fired more than a dozen shots at about 3:30 this morning on the Sam Rayburn Tollway. 3 of those bullets hit 26-year-old DeAndre Conway near Parker Road. We're told he was conscious and breathing, though, when police got to him.
The incident could have ended his life and his career simultaneously. Instead, he came back from it and kept building. He had arrests on his record. Weapons charges, a 2021 arrest on charges including unlawful possession of a firearm and sexual assault that were ultimately dropped. But none of that slowed the music or the momentum. He kept releasing, kept performing, kept expanding his reach beyond Dallas into the broader Southern rap conversation. That survivor narrative was part of what made him compelling as an artist. The idea that he had been through real things and come out the other side. And it is part of what makes the current chapter of his story so staggering in its scale. Because now the question is not whether he survived the streets, but whether a Texas jury will decide he orchestrated death on them. But underneath the momentum, there was a conflict brewing that investigators would later describe as a years-long feud that played out in public, on wax, and in the streets simultaneously. Melvin Noble, known to the world as MO3, was also one of Dallas's most gifted and authentic rappers. His storytelling, his emotional range, and his raw ability to connect with listeners made him one of the most talked about artists to ever come out of that city. He had a voice that felt lived in and real, the kind that doesn't come from a studio formula. It comes from experience. MO3 was on the rise in a way that suggested longevity, not just a moment. People close to Dallas hip-hop knew that both he and Yella Beezy occupied overlapping lanes in the same city, and that tension between them had been documented in various forms. Interviews, in music, and according to prosecutors, in far more dangerous ways than anyone paying casual attention.
Trap seemed like he liked the life too much to switch. Nah, for real. Yeah, man, you get too deep in that world, man.
Would have fully understood at the time. In interviews before his death, MO3 addressed the situation publicly without ever making it seem like something that would end the way it did. Yella Beezy, in a 2019 appearance on Vlad TV, told the host he didn't even know who MO3 was. That denial became a significant point of contention as investigators began piecing the case together. Because if there was truly no relationship, no conflict, no history, then prosecutors would have to explain how the alleged murder for hire theory connects the two men at all. Meanwhile, prosecutors would later argue in court that the record told a very different story. One that allegedly escalated from rap beef into something with real fatal consequences that played out on an interstate in broad daylight. On November 11th, 2020, Melvin Noble was driving northbound on Interstate 35E near the Dallas Zoo in broad daylight when a car pulled up alongside him and a masked man got out on foot. Noble got out of his own vehicle and ran. The masked man ran after him, firing multiple shots. One of those rounds struck MO3 in the back of the head.
What's up with everybody, man? Everybody hit that like button. Get y'all vote on. You know what I'm saying? And let me know if y'all think Trap gonna squeal.
He was transported to a local hospital and pronounced dead from his injuries.
A Dallas rapper was murdered outside of his car on I-35 near the Dallas Zoo. Hello, I'm Steve Eager.
I'm Heather Hayes. It is a stark example of the city's struggle to control violent crime. Police say the victim, a hip-hop musician named Mo3, was approached by the killer on I-35. Both men stopped their vehicles. The victim got out, took off, started running, but was shot several times on the highway. A bystander inside another vehicle was also hit.
He was 28 years old. The entire attack was captured on surveillance footage. That video, which was later played during a court hearing in this very case, showed the calculated nature of the ambush. A pursuer wearing a ski mask, a moving vehicle, and a target trying desperately to survive on an open highway. It wasn't a spontaneous confrontation. Investigators from the very beginning believed this was planned. A month after the shooting, Dallas police arrested a 23-year-old named Keywan Dontrell White and charged him with murder. White was identified as the man who approached MO3 on foot and fired the fatal shots. He was caught, and once he was caught, the entire case began to unravel in a direction.
If money is tight right now and you need some help to pay some bills, maybe your car payment, late rent, groceries to put on the table so you and your family can eat, I'm serious. This loan marketplace.
Direction that would eventually reach all the way back to Yella Beezy. White did not go to trial on the murder charge. Instead, he was prosecuted federally on firearm charges connected to the shooting, and he is currently serving a 9-year federal prison sentence. But here's where the story turns. According to the prosecution's theory of the case, White did not act alone and did not act on his own initiative. Prosecutors allege he was hired, he was paid to pull that trigger. And when federal authorities had him in custody with serious charges stacking up against him, White reportedly began cooperating with investigators. He started talking, and what he allegedly told them pointed directly at Marcus Conway. That cooperation is what cracked this case open. For years after the shooting, the question of who ordered the hit had no official answer. Investigators kept working, kept building, kept following the money and the communications and the relationships. A second man, Devin Maurice Brown, was also charged in connection with the conspiracy and faced his own capital murder trial in late 2025. But the cooperating testimony allegedly coming from someone inside the plot, someone who was there who knows exactly what was agreed to and for how much, is the kind of evidence that changes everything. It is the difference between a murder case and a murder for hire case. It is the thread that leads from the shooter on that interstate all the way to the man prosecutors say gave the order. That is why in March 2025, a Dallas County grand jury indicted Marquise Conway, Yella Beezy, on a charge of capital murder for remuneration. 2 days after the indictment was handed down, on March 2025, Beezy was taken into custody and booked into the Dallas County Jail. The charge accused him of intentionally and knowingly hiring Kewan White to commit the killing while remuneration was involved. That is the legal standard for murder for hire in Texas. And it is one of the few categories of murder that makes a defendant eligible for the death penalty. His initial bond was set at $2 million, reflecting the court's assessment of the severity of the charge and concern about flight risk. His legal team moved quickly. During the hearing on March 27th, they successfully argued for a bond reduction. The following day, Beezy posted the reduced bond of $750,000 and was released, but under strict conditions that included GPS electronic monitoring and home confinement. He has been living under house arrest ever since, with court-approved exceptions for professional engagements consistent with his career. Now let's talk about what prosecutors claim they've built. Because based on everything that's emerged from court filings and pretrial hearings, the state of Texas is not walking into this trial light. The centerpiece of the financial evidence is a $40,000 cash withdrawal that prosecutors allege was made by Conway in the days immediately following MO3's killing on November 11th, 2020. Investigators believe this withdrawal is directly connected to the alleged payment made to Kewan White for carrying out the murder. The defense disputes this interpretation and has pushed back against the framing that a cash withdrawal constitutes evidence of a murder for hire payment. Defense attorney Toby Shook has been consistent in challenging the prosecution's conclusions, and he has made clear that the evidence against his client is not as airtight as the state would have people believe. Beyond the financial...
Everybody go sub up to the channel and get y'all vote in, man.
evidence, prosecutors have pointed to surveillance footage, cell phone records, digital communications, and witness statements as part of a layered evidentiary framework. But the cooperating testimony is the centerpiece. In murder for hire cases, a witness who was inside the alleged plot can tell a jury things no camera ever captures. Who made the call, what the terms were, how the money moved. That is the kind of testimony that wins cases. Defense attorneys will argue that cooperating witnesses are motivated witnesses, people who cut deals to reduce their own exposure, and that their accounts should be treated with deep skepticism. Both things are true, and how the jury weighs that testimony against everything else the state puts in front of them will be one of the most decisive moments of this entire trial. Then there's the issue of rap lyrics, and this is where the pretrial proceedings have gotten extraordinarily complicated. Just this week, on July 17th, 2026, Yella Beezy was back in a Dallas courtroom for a multi-day pretrial hearing that has become one of the most significant battles over evidence admissibility the Dallas criminal courts have seen in recent memory. The central question, can prosecutors use Beezy's own songs against him in a capital murder trial? Detective Eric Barnes, the lead investigator in the MO3 homicide, took the stand and spent hours connecting 3 songs to the prosecution's murder for hire theory. The tracks he identified, Hitters, Keep It in the Streets, and On Your Head, allegedly contain references to paying for violence and putting money on someone's head. Detective Barnes testified that Beezy allegedly bragged in the song about putting a bounty on MO3. He also...
Settlement check completely changed my life, and it came from a car accident I almost forgot about. I'm honestly shaking.
My bad, y'all. They got mucho commercials on my shit.
He also testified that Kewan White, the alleged shooter, appeared on stage with Beezy at a
Hit that
concert
like
in the
button,
period
man.
leading up to MO3's death, suggesting
Odell,
that
what's
the
the
two men had a
deal?
close
Jeremy.
enough relationship for Beezy to have orchestrated the alleged arrangement.
All my
Barnes explained
mods.
why investigators went to the music in the first place. People weren't willing to cooperate with law enforcement in this investigation, he testified. So investigators had to go to YouTube and to social media to try to build a picture of what was happening. Barnes made clear that his office never starts an investigation with rap music, but that in this case, the music became part of the evidentiary record because it was one of the only places the alleged conflict was being documented openly. The defense's response to all of this has been aggressive and constitutionally grounded. Beezy's attorneys brought in Dr. Eric Nielsen, a professor at the University of Richmond who has spent years studying the use of rap lyrics in criminal prosecutions. Dr. Nielsen testified that rappers adopt exaggerated personas that deliberately blur the line between entertainment and reality. He warned that jurors are not equipped to interpret rap lyrics the same way scholars or music industry professionals would. And he presented research suggesting that people process rap lyrics far more literally than identical language found in other genres. He used country music as a comparison. The exact same violent imagery, he testified, reads differently to juries depending on the genre it comes from, which creates an inherent and unconstitutional bias against rap artists in the courtroom. The defense argued that Yella Beezy's lyrics are artistic expression protected under the First Amendment, not confessions, and that allowing them before a jury would pollute the proceedings with unfair prejudice. Barnes pushed back directly. Beezy is not...
Everybody sub up to the channel and get y'all votes in, man. Appreciate everybody that tapped in to the live. Breaking down the whole Yella Beezy Mo 3 trial. Is Trapboy gonna squeal? Get y'all votes in, man.
Not playing a character, he argued. These artists use their real names, document their real relationships, and insert real-world context into their music. The prosecution maintains that the lyrics are not being offered simply because they're violent. They're being offered because they allegedly describe specific events, specific payments, and specific individuals connected to this case. The judge heard arguments from both sides over 2 days. The next pretrial
Yeah, that's court.
hearing on this issue is scheduled for July 22nd, with the formal trial still set to begin on August 24, 2026. Whatever the judge decides...
The Yella Beezy trial gonna begin on August 26th. August 24th.
About those lyrics with fundamentalist issue is scheduled for July 22nd, with the formal trial still set to begin on August 24th.
August 24th, 2026. Y'all tap in, man. Y'all can catch the Mo 3 trial, man. This Trapboy gonna end up getting on that stand and squealing? Y'all let me know, man. Get up there, get y'all votes in. And it's your big boss, Squalor Bands, back with another one.
2026. Whatever the judge decides about those lyrics will fundamentally shape the landscape of this trial. Now let's talk about what Yella Beezy himself has said. Because in a case this serious, with this much at stake, the decision about when and how to speak publicly is one of the most consequential choices a defendant can make. In a 2024 interview on Can I Vent, before his arrest, Beezy was asked directly why he had never publicly addressed MO3's death. His answer was stripped of drama and explanation. What was the point? That was it. 3 words that revealed everything and nothing at once. A calculated deflection that, depending on who was listening, read either as the response of an innocent man who had nothing to gain from commentary, or as an avoidance strategy from someone who understood the weight of the topic. Prosecutors would later argue that this documented public response was consistent with someone who had personal knowledge they needed to conceal. Since his arrest in March 2025, Beezy has made no substantive public statements admitting guilt or providing detailed accounts of his whereabouts or intentions on or around the date of the killing. His legal team has done the speaking for him in court. Attorney Toby Shook has consistently pushed the narrative that Beezy is being overcharged on incomplete evidence, and that the prosecution is leaning on circumstantial threads to support a capital murder case that doesn't meet the burden of proof required to sentence a man to death. The defense has been methodical, filing motions to modify bond conditions, demanding full witness lists and informant identities ahead of trial, subpoenaing jail phone call logs from Securus Technologies, and pressing the Dallas Police Department and Lancaster Police Department for all records connected to the MO3 investigation. They've also demanded access to records connected to an individual named Theodore Thomas, whose relevance to the defense strategy has not been fully explained in public filings. Every move the defense has made suggests a team preparing to challenge this case at every point. Not to concede, but to force prosecutors to prove every element of every allegation beyond any reasonable doubt. One name that has surfaced in media coverage of this case is Trapboy Freddy, a Dallas rapper who has been publicly connected in reporting this social media discussion to the broader circumstances surrounding the MO3 murder. Freddy has not been convicted of any role in this case, and it is...
They don't want you to know about it.
Hey, Did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident up to 1 year ago? Even if you weren't driving. Just click the link.
And it is important to state clearly that no charges have been publicly filed against him in connection with MO3's death. His name appears in the public discourse around this investigation, and his alleged connection, whatever it may or may not be, remains a thread that legal observers are watching. From a legal analysis standpoint, the weight of this case is immense, and not just because of the headlines. Capital murder for remuneration in Texas is among the most serious charges in the American criminal system. A conviction can result in either life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. That means the stakes in that courtroom in August are not career defining, they are life defining. And under Texas law and the United States Constitution, Marquise Conway is presumed innocent. Every charge on that indictment is an allegation, until 12 jurors sitting in a box in Dallas County say otherwise based solely on the evidence presented to them in court. Legal commentators who have followed this case closely are pointing to a combination of factors that they believe puts Beezy in an extremely difficult position going into that August courtroom. Start with the shooter. Q1 White has already been convicted and is sitting in federal prison. He has nothing left to lose by telling the truth, and potentially something to gain by cooperating fully. If he takes that witness not inference, that is someone who was present for the and gave him the orders to kill MO, telling the truth, and potentially something to gain by cooperating fully. If he takes that witness stand and tells a jury directly that Yella Beezy hired him, paid him, and gave him the orders to kill MO3, that is first-person testimony from the man who pulled the trigger. That is not circumstantial. That is not inference. That is someone who was present for the alleged agreement, looking 12 jurors in the eye and describing it. Defense attorneys can attack his credibility, and they will, but cross-examining a cooperating witness is not the same as neutralizing one. Juries hear the account either way. Then there is the money. $40,000 in cash withdrawn in the days immediately after MO3 was killed. Prosecutors are going to stand in front of that jury and ask them a simple question. What was that cash for? Beezy's defense will offer an alternative explanation, but the timing alone is the kind of detail that plants itself in the juror's mind and does not leave. Then there are the songs, hitters, keep it in the streets, on your head. If the judge allows those lyrics into evidence and the ruling is still pending, prosecutors will play them in that courtroom and let Beezy's own words describe what they allege he did. A detective will walk the jury through each line. Combined with the shooter's testimony and the financial records, the picture prosecutors are painting is layered, specific, and hard to argue around. The defense will fight every piece of it. They will challenge the cooperating witnesses' motivations, contest the financial evidence, and argue the lyrics of fiction. That is their job, and Toby Shook is experienced enough to make those arguments effectively. But the honest assessment from legal analysts watching this case is that the prosecution is holding a strong hand, and the combination of an inside witness, financial evidence, and potentially the defendant's own music makes this one of the more difficult cases a rap artist has faced in the Texas courtroom. This is not the first time courts have wrestled with this question. In cases involving artists like C. Murder and others, the admissibility of rap lyrics has been contested at length. In 2023, New York became the first state to pass legislation specifically limiting their use as criminal evidence, requiring courts to weigh whether the material has genuine evidentiary value or simply prejudices the jury against the defendant because of the genre they work in. Texas has no equivalent statute, which means the judge in Dallas County has broad discretion, and the ruling she makes here could carry consequences well beyond this one case. Dr. Eric Nielsen's testimony captured the core of the defense argument. Jurors interpret rap lyrics far more literally than lyrics from other genres, he warned. The same violent imagery that reads as metaphor in a country song gets treated as a confession in a rap verse. Organizations, including the ACLU, have raised similar concerns about the criminalization of artistic expression, particularly when that expression comes from Black artists. The stakes of the July 17th hearing extend far beyond one trial in Dallas. The broader impact of this case on Dallas hip-hop has already been profound. MO3's death in 2020 was a wound that never fully closed for the city's rap community. Artists who knew both men have had to navigate grief, loyalty, and the cultural demand for silence that often accompanies street-adjacent conflict. The indictment of Yella Beezy in 2025 reopened those wounds and added a new layer of complexity. Because now the story is not just about a rapper who was killed. It's about whether another rapper, one who was celebrated in platinum selling, allegedly orchestrated that killing and paid for it in cash. That is a story that is forcing conversations about the line between the music and the life, between performance and reality.
Appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Make sure y'all get y'all votes in. I'm finna close the poll out. We got any last second votes? Finna close it out. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all think Trapboy gonna squeal on Yella Beezy? Look like we got 130 votes. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Well, we got 130 votes. 71% said yes, and 29% said no. Appreciate everybody that tapped in, man. Make sure y'all sub up to the channel. Go check out some more of my videos, man. And yeah, man, we're gonna wrap this one up. Appreciate y'all, man. It's your big boss Squalor Bands back with another one.